Hey everyone. Welcome to another episode of Synth Geekery. Haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. Nice to be back. 322 episodes in we are. About the 6-something year we've been doing this for, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed that journey and stick around. We've got a bit of a bumper show, as you guys would probably notice by the thumbnail. There's a new synth out, and we should all get excited when there's a new synth out. Yeah, you might want to plug your microwaves in and see what that's about. Anyway, let's say good day to all the boys. We've got one showing up a little bit later, so we'll do the 4 squares. Hi Ian, hi Daren, hi Chris. How are you boys?
Hi,
good day.
Good, thanks, mate.
Yeah.
All day.
Keeping warm,
I think. Keeping warm, yeah.
Thanks, guys, for joining us. There is a link in the chat that's about to pop in there when I paste it. Unless I've already done it. Have I done it? No, I haven't done it yet. I'll post it in there. If anyone wants to join us on Zoom, you're free to join us on Zoom. It is a friendly family show, and you don't even need to put your camera on. We'll just take your audio. So the link for Zoom is pinned in the YouTube chat right now. There you go. You can join us on Zoom. If you don't have Zoom, you don't need it. You can just use your browser, as long as you've got a little camera somewhere. There you go. Now, don't forget, guys, this is a volunteer-based show, so we do need your support to keep this show running. It'd be really helpful if you guys can do some sort of monetary support. That would be really helpful. Keeps the lights on, keeps the bills paid. I do have expenses that this show costs me money each month, and much appreciated for your support. Even channel membership is an easy one. It's only a few bucks, but if you can do super chats and things like that, that's always really helpful. Appreciate that. If you're not into that, just do the thumbs up and likes and subscribe, all that sort of stuff. That would really help with the algorithm, and then it gets other people finding us. Guys, let's do How's Your Week Been, shall we? We should get stuck into it. Yes. Who would like to go first? Hands up. It just never works. Chris goes.
Well, mine's quite.
Here we go. Hey, Chris, how's your week been?
Not bad. 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So it's not 1 week. Start again now. Got to start the whole segment again because you got it wrong. No, just kidding. No. 2 weeks. Yeah. No, it's been a pretty cool 2 weeks.
No, it was correct. It was correct. It's asking how's your week been. It's not bothered about the other week. Just how's this week been.
Oh, okay. I've got to exclude that now.
But all the good stuff happened in the other week.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
That's why I wasn't here.
I can't remember what happened in each week. So I'm just going to tell you everything that I can remember. So yes, in the shop I've sold 2 modules. That's
fantastic.
Good news. Sold 2 modules, yes. Also in business news, I'm working on a new module. Been in the ECAD, doing the CADing, doing the electronics design for a new module. Ooh, now could I actually be cheeky enough to actually give you a sneaky cheeky peek of that? Yes, that's what I thought too. Ooh, oh no, what's that? Lots of resistors and ICs with their names rubbed out. My God, what is it? It's something.
Lots of IC sockets there too.
Lots of sockets. What is he making? What is Christopher making? What's this? Oh, no. I'm sorry. I've shown you too much.
Oh, no.
No, if anyone can work out what the heck I'm making. Yeah, I was going to say. If anyone can work out what the heck I'm making, they deserve a prize. And they get a special prize if they actually buy the module later when it's finished. Plug. Anyway, so what else has happened this week? Well, I've been doing domestic duties, which is, what we all have to do these days, but vacuuming and cleaning floors.
Wow.
So that's what I was doing this week. Exciting. But I still found time to work on the remix. So Utopia remix is progressed, and I'm pretty sure the main one is finished, in the sense that it's ready for Mixdown. Yeah, so nice. I'm doing the mixing at the moment. And yes, when you're mixing, of course, you find all the little annoying things, and you've got to try and remember that I'm calling it art. An artwork is never finished; it is simply abandoned. And never a true word is spoken of of music these days. So yes, so I might leave it a little bit rough on the edges because that's kind of the Ranzee ethos anyway. So I think it's kind of fitting, but we'll see. It's probably just for my mental health that I might leave it a bit unfinished. Anyway, no, that's good. I'm really excited about it. Both of them really, but this one is. I honestly, I don't know. I'm excited about it. I don't know if anyone else will be, but I hope so. The guys on the stream, I'm sure, will enjoy it because it's kind of all our kind of groovy music anyway. But it'd be even better if people in the public liked it, because then Sinner's Music could get some income, which would be great. And
that would be great. That would be wonderful.
Yes, I am now mindful of this. So hopefully, I'm trying to keep it kind of commercial as possible without going too weird. Whether I succeed or not is anyone's guess. We can always, I can always submit it, and I can say, do you want this in? Do you want that out? Is that bit too much? Is that bit too little? Can I cut that bit out? We can do a bit of that if we want to do later on. Anyway, so as well, privately this week, I've spent some money. I did buy pigments, so that was too good an offer to refuse. And it's one of those cases where I downloaded it and played with it for a while before purchasing it, and being not sure about it, and then getting close to the end of their promotion, I thought, look, it's so inexpensive, I'm sure I'll use it. And then as soon as I fired up the version that I paid for, I suddenly liked it a whole lot better. So I don't know if it's psychology, but it sure sounds like psychology. Anyway,
No, it's
real, people. No, it is quite. Yeah, as I said, it's one of those no-brainer synths. It's kind of like I liked it alone for its reverb, because its effects section was really. It's not a sound I have, and I always like getting a different sound to what I've already got, because that is another paintbrush that you can use in the palette of sound. So I'm quite excited about that. I'm also thinking about getting Contact 8 to be exact. I've never had it because I've never bought into any of the Native Instruments completes or bundles or anything like that, which I'm sure probably all you guys have did years ago. But
No, I didn't.
Contact 8, there's so many good libraries that require Contact 8, and especially free ones. And it's just, I've used one on the Sneaky in Ranzee's remix, and that sort of made me look at it a bit more, and I was not going to pay their 450 Australian dollars for such a thing originally, but then we've had the Black Friday sales, and they've dropped it by 50%, and now I've got a decision to make, because it would really be handy, and not for least, it would also be handy for having a decent sampler, because I've made sampler packs in the past for just my own personal use and stuff like that, so I know that I would probably get a fair bit of value out of that, so I'm thinking about it. But at the same time, Thonk have a sale on, and something that I was waiting for that wasn't in stock when I purchased the previous few weeks ago has come in, and now I can have another excuse for something to fall into my shopping cart at Thonk. So that might happen as well. But I've only got a day to decide, and I've got 7 days to decide on Contact. So yeah, they're my trivial trials and tribulations. I'm not looking at any hardware. Just software this year. Did all the hardware. Oh, I did order a bunch of those nice LED slim cables from Synth Cable Supply. Not for the least because he's an Aussie, and he's emigrated, I would say, to the UK, and he got hit rather hard by the US tariff situation. So I wanted to support him, but he's having his promotion now, his November promotion, and I need LED cables for my RS9 over my shoulder there, because the LED cables are really useful for the trigger outs, because on that module, thank you Behringer, it doesn't blink any lights when the triggers are fired. It's really annoying. It would be really nice if it did that. So I've got a few LED cables, but they're not long enough, so I need long ones. So put in an order for some longer LED cables. That is my news for the week, or 2 weeks. Over to you guys. Over to you guys, yes.
Go to Ian now. Hey Ian, how's your week been?
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. My fortnight has been really good. So on the 20th, which is 10 days ago, this arrived.
Oh, lovely.
Hey. I've been waiting for this.
I put a 2 terabyte hard drive in it.
Ooh.
Which actually that's the hardest thing I think I've had to do, just getting the bloody thing formatted. But I know about computers, but hey ho, it was a pain in the ass. Interesting workflow. I clearly need to spend a lot of time with it, and I'm spending probably about half an hour to an hour a day at the moment. You know, I'm trying to get some time in every day, although I didn't do anything yesterday. I love it. I think it's brilliant, and it will be a part of the live rig of Look Strangers as we go forward. So everything we will probably put into that, along with maybe a keyboard or something else. So yes, it's brilliant. I love it. Buy one. It's a lot of money, but it's worth it, I think, really. I also did I did a talk for an organisation called Open Sound, who are Scottish, mainly classical. They mainly do with classical composers and artists, but they asked me to do a talk on navigating the online digital world for composers and artists, which was last week, and they are paying me for that. So I'm guessing the check's in the post. So that was quite interesting, quite scary to some extent, because you know it's all done online, and technology can let you down. It was fine. It was good, and I will at some point in the future post the rehearsal on my YouTube channel, but it won't be for. I'm going to give them at least a month, really, for them to, you know, they have paid for it. I'm not. I technically, I suppose they own the copyright of that. But I'm not gonna ask them for the original. I'm going to put up one of the rehearsals that I did, really. I finished work on the short film project, and they've paid me, which is lovely, and gave me a bottle of wine, which I was really impressed by. And I don't drink wine, but Jane will enjoy that. Went to a gig by a rap artist called Semantics, locally in Frome, and then last night I had the first EMOM. So Look Stranger went and performed at the Wells EMOM. So me and Louise went over. We did 3 songs, 1 cover and 2 originals, with some extra samples and stuff. It has been recorded. Annoyingly, I never thought about this when I was look back at the video this morning. Everything's in shadow, so you can't really see us. No. Which is a bit of a shame, but the audio is fine. I did record it into the Zoom L6, so I'll put some audio versions out in probably a couple of weeks or so, really. But no, it was good, and it was good to get the first one out of the way, because that's the first time that Louise has ever performed in a band live. She's done lots of sort of theatre type musical stuff, but no, we went down well. It was great fun, really. Last thing to say, Monday there'll be the December Audiophile Radio Show out, and we can guarantee no Christmas music. And also on Monday, we'll see the release of the 3rd free 7 Deadly Sinners album on Bandcamp only. Okay, so you just download it. The tracks are by artists The Strayfield, somebody called Ranzee, me,
Ooh.
The Endless Sky, a guy called Tony Imperacies, American artist, Ramshackled, and the Azimuth Tilt. So there's the 7 artists.
Cool.
So download it and then go and buy all those people's albums, because I need to pay for the MPC. So yeah, that's my format, really. So
Fantastic.
It's great. It's been really good. And I did miss last week, actually. Although interestingly, because Henrik messaged me and said, "I'm doing a show. Do you want to come on?" And I'd already arranged with Jane to go out for the afternoon. So, but no, it was nice.
Yeah, me too.
It's been great. You know,
It's definitely nice to have a week off, that's for sure.
it was actually.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Daren, how's your week been, buddy?
It's been normal. Been a bit like Ian and Chris, just doing other stuff other than music. Got part of my new framing system for my live rig, which I'm now evolving my new live rig. So I've just been messing about doing that, to be honest. That's all. that working every day and getting a bit of time in here. So, yeah, not really much to say other than that. My new live rig is sort of like in part build and part sketch form, and I want it to be. It's just getting it to that stage. That's the problem. So yeah, I'm working on that, and then if I get a chance, doing a bit of music. So that's my week. Oh, I'm trying to keep warm as well because it's not that warm.
How do you have this?
No.
And it's
Cold.
I'm gonna have to put another 50p in the meter.
Good on you, Daren. Fantastic. Well done, guys, for sharing your weeks with us. Thank you very much. You guys probably would have noticed that I did a little live stream during the week, and I upgraded the Noodler. So taking that down because I'm going to edit it and make it into a proper channel video, and it'll be some bit of a review of the new features. And it's been around for a while now, the new Noodler 2. So it's not exactly breaking news, and I'm getting exclusive access to it. It's just I was on a massive long list of about 500 people around the world that got their hardware upgrades, and I finally got around to doing mine, and that's pretty much it. But it was fun. It was a little bit more like a computer sort of upgrade than a synthesizer upgrade, if that makes sense. You're kind of just swapping a board out and putting another board in. It kind of felt a bit more like that, like a PC sort of thing back in the old days when we used to upgrade our PCs. That's what it kind of felt like. But the interesting thing is that it's got, here, it doesn't look anything new like a new Noodler. This is the Noodler. It just looks like a Noodler, right? But everything's inside. So, yeah, that was my week. And I had a really nice dinner on Saturday night with some really nice friends. So that was good to have the night off on Saturday, and unfortunately that was just a day that they wanted to choose, and there was really not going to be any argument from me because there was something like 25 families going to it, so it was pretty big. One person's not going to shift 25 people.
Yes, I know that.
But yeah, right, we should get stuck into the show. Let's start off with I think we should do a synth quiz because I think most people are fanging at the bit to do this, so let's roll the stinger. Wow, hasn't it been like 2 weeks since you've done one of these? You poor buggers. Right, let's get my name off there and let's do this. There's your first clue, people. It is the word silver. Yes, you read it correctly. There's your first clue. Wow, that's a kind of interesting word. No, it's not related to the color. It's actually something that describes the function on the synth. So do make sure you do pay attention, people, because that's how the synth quiz works. Do not Google it, all right? Don't Google it. Don't ask Jeeves. Don't use your Brave or Safari or Bing, or if you're in China, don't Beiyou it. Beiju.
Can you still ask Jeeves?
You can still ask Jeeves. I don't know. Have no idea, but I just think it's funny. But just try and work it out yourself in your own noggin. Don't jump onto websites like Vintage Synth Explorer and try and find it out there either. Use their search feature, which is pretty crap. Don't do that. Just use your head. Be honest with yourself.
You mean I can't even use my abacus to work it out?
I'll allow an abacus. Okay, fine.
Okay, good.
Fine. Bloody cheats. Oh, bloody abacuses. What the hell? Yeah. Anyway, funny stuff. Let's do that. Ta-da! Bonnie Blue is telling us all that the 1000th Eurorack module celebration has arrived. Geez. If no one gets that, then I do feel sorry for you, because you probably haven't really been awake, alive. I don't really know. There's something that you haven't been anyway. It's a bit risky. Let me put it that way. If you don't get it, I will say this meme, I didn't make this meme, by the way, there's a little disclaimer there. It is a little bit risky. Sorry, Ian, you can pop in there for me. There we go. Right, I did like that one, actually. I did have a little giggle. Google Bonnie Blue. That's all I'll say. Don't actually. Don't do it in front of your wife.
A name like that's pretty obvious.
Corporate needs you to find the difference between this picture and this picture. they're the same picture. I love that one.
Welcome to corporate. Yes. Welcome to corporate.
It's really good.
You've passed.
Yeah.
You're hired.
Thank you, Mr. Psychologist. Lights alive. I like the one on the right. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool.
Anyway, that was a clever one. Clever little ducky. Cool. Yeah. Right. If you guys haven't worked it out, the one on the left is synthesizer related. Yes, it is. Yes, you picked it. Well done, you. Give yourself a pat in the back. Next, 2 words. Build quality.
Oh yeah.
Now that was Sean that sent that in, so I don't know if Sean's in the chat. Good on you, Sean. Well done, buddy. What synth is that, guys? Come on. Who's quick?
Just looking.
Casio CS10.
Absolutely a bit of phase distortion going on there. All right, let's keep going.
Casio something.
Yeah.
What does he have that I haven't got? The synthesizer.
Said no one.
These
ever
and other
in history.
dreams. Let's get the alarm and wake everyone up. Rightio. I think we do have one more. I have an old theremin in my studio, and I haven't touched it in years. Boom.
I do like that one.
That's a very good one.
I do like that.
Okay, let's release the poll. Starting the poll now. Guys, vote for your favorite meme on the YouTube chat. If you're not in YouTube, I do apologize. It's just for the YouTube chatties. I can't fix it. Someone, if you can hear fireworks, it's because there is fireworks. It's bloody loud too. Polls started. Vote! ! This is how you vote, right? If you're new to this, type in the little exclamation mark. Yes, that's the line with the little dot underneath. There's no space, and pop the word vote in, and then put a space, and then the number that's in the poll options. You'll see it there. You can have Bonnie Blue with the 1000th module as 0. You can have that same pick as 1. The build quality one is 2. And what more do I need to give you? Well, she wants a synthesizer. That's 3. Well, there's the theremin, which you're looking at right now, is 4. Let's actually get that off because it's kind of a little bit unfair for the other memes for that one to hang around for that long. Anyway, I can see some votes coming in, and they're piling in quick. And geez, I think most people can count by looking at it. Some of you haven't quite got what I just told you to do.
Yeah, well, I have been there in previous weeks, let's face it.
Come on, do well. By the way, you can vote as many times as you like if you're the same person, and vote again and vote again and vote again. But guess what the poll does? It just says, I already got your vote, you numbskull. And it just ignores you.
Try again, Steve.
We have got 8 votes. Steve's probably half asleep. Don't forget, Steve's 3 hours.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's like midnight over there in sunny Melbourne, where he lives. Try it again, Steve. We'll let your vote come through. I mean, it really won't matter because it's going to be probably that at the moment. It's a front runner. Should we stop it? We've had 8 votes. Huge amount of people on this show. It's fantastic. Right, there we go. And the theremin wins.
Gradually.
Yay! I should plug my little stream deck in. Hang on. Plug the stream deck in. Where's my stream deck? Sorry about that. Stream deck is in, and now normally a big chair, right, would be this. Right? But when I'm feeling a little bit facetious, let's say, this would be my cheer. And that one gets that one.
Yay.
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 Give yourself a gold star.
Exactly.
All right, now, if you guys have been waiting for, there's a thumbnail, I know you've arrived, you're looking at this thinking, God, this guy's clickbaiting. No, he's not. It's coming up in the news segment, and here it is. The news segment's here. By the way, I will warn you though, we don't have one here, so don't get pissed off that I'm not going to show you one live, because no one's actually got one except for a few lucky people. So yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get annoyed. Waldorf didn't send me one. If you don't like that, if that really annoys you, if that pisses you off, then write to Waldorf at waldorfmusic.com and say, Ranzee didn't get that synth. Send him one. What are you doing? And I'll be very happy for you to do that. I'll actually support you in this. Anyway, shut up, Rand. Let's talk about this first. This is the I don't know. Tell me how to pronounce that first word. Let's just call it the RaceRunner phaser.
Kanawha.
It's a phaser, guys.
Kanawha.
It's a phaser.
Kanawha.
Okay, you guys know that I would have been very excited to hear about this, right? It's a phaser, okay? But there's actually something a little bit more special about this phaser than just the fact that it's another module and it's a phaser. The fact is, this is actually the Kruma's phaser. And this comes from, in fact, the naming strategy and everything is actually from the Kruma. So when you're looking at the name, the RaceRunner, it's derived from the 1970s Road Runner, Road Racer, electric pianos, and the phaser is an exact recreation of the chorus module in the Kruma Road Racer piano.
I had the Roadrunner.
There you go. Yeah, they're famous.
Brilliant.
They are really good, aren't they?
It was excellent. It was great.
And the little chorus in it sounded beautiful too.
Yeah,
Anyway, so it is possible that they can build these now because there is a bit of stock for, and Chris will love this, the NOS CA3049 OTA chips. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Now you're talking.
3049 is what that's the magic number there, the 3049. So they have
stock.
These actual modules actually have 5 of those chips in them. So you're getting 5 for the price of 1. No. Basically you
There
need
goes the supply.
Yeah, you basically need 4 to do your phasing, and you need 1 as an internal clock to do the LFO. And these modules are kind of, there to sort of bring you back to the old Kruma sounds, that sort of days. Gives you a little wet, dry mix control. And I will shut up because there's actually a video and we can have a listen to it instead of listening to me crap on like a goose. Here we go. Let's put the video in. It's a weird format video. I'm just gonna roll with it. Do we have noise? Yes, we do. Any sound? We're not getting sound?
No, sir.
There we go. There it is. What the hell's that? And let's go to here. Here's the module. Two and 4 phase options. Or the old 2 phase. Crazy. Ooh. Pretty basic. But one of the things you got to listen to is the character of this particular sound, and that is what you will be going, I like it, I don't like it, and if you're liking it, then you're probably going to rush out and want to spend $225 US for it. And And you can find more information out on my blog article below at about 6 o'clock UTC time. But guys, talk to me about another phaser. But this one I feel like is kind of cool because it's not one that we've seen.
Well, it takes me back to the 70s.
Yeah, it does sound very 70s. Yeah.
That two-pole, the two stage is really, really raspy, isn't it, Daren?
Oh, very, very raspy, yes. I was going to say, this is, well, Ranzee's our phaser person, isn't he, really? Let's face it. He's always got to have a phaser. So the question is, do you fancy this phaser? Would you like to get this phaser?
I actually love that two stage on it. I think that's going to create some very, very, because I mean, if you think about it, if you had a Krumar, you probably wouldn't have had the option to turn it on to two stage. I don't think in most of them. There might have been one model that they would have given you that option to do. But
not on the RoadRunner.
Yeah, I don't remember it being on most of them. So you probably would have been given the 4 stage because that's the sound that they wanted everyone to have. Yeah, and that 2 stage just it's very interesting. It's very crunchy, very analog, very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that kind of most of the character of the chip is coming through in your 2 mode, so it would make sense that would be the crunchiest one.
Yeah.
So is that a yes then? You fancy that phaser?
Yeah. I do. I did like it, yeah. You know. It's a little bit like catnip for me, Daren, you know that.
Exactly.
He has to have them. He just has to have them all, that's all.
Put him in a room of phasers.
But Rans, this one's got a blue power LED. That's got to be a good reason to get it.
Oh, yeah.
It is good. I quite like the design ethos of it. You know, definitely in keeping with the thing it's influenced by, derived from. Yeah.
They can't make this 225. They can't make this thing smaller without it being insanely deep. They'd have to redesign the whole principle of the power of the PCB. But basically, it's because it's got all the actual chips behind it. Because there's 5 chips. It's only 15 millimeters deep at this stage.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, but if they were to make it,
still skiff friendly.
If they were to halve the U
with HP,
the HP, it would be borderline sort of 40 millimeters deep. So
it'd be like one of mine.
Yeah, but I mean that would probably be my only criticism of it. It's a little chunky on the HP side, on the width side.
Yeah.
And in fact, because of that, my question to the designer is, why not put bigger knobs on?
Yeah,
might as well.
Yeah. If you can, that's the other thing about when you have to use HP.
Oh, definitely bigger knobs.
It's like,
if you're stuck at that size.
I guess if your focus is sound, I can see why it would kind of not occur to you that you should probably take it as an advantage, take it as an opportunity to do something cool with the faceplate. I like it when people do that though, because okay, if it has to be this big, we're going to do something cool with the faceplate. Let's put a bigger knob. Let's position the controls better. Let's add an extra insert point, or have the stages individually come out extra jacks.
Let's put some art on there, or even some artwork
at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, make an effort with the module design is actually a really good point, Chris. And I think this might just be his first. It's not his first module, but his first proof of concept for this particular module. And maybe, to make a new faceplate is really, quite easy and easy for people to be distributed to as well. So other than that, it's the sound, and who really cares about how something looks? It's the sound that you're after, and it's absolutely kicking goals there. So well done for that, and it's an excellent idea. I think I don't think anyone thought of it. This guy was probably sitting at the Krumar going, let's put that in a eurorack module because that's friggin' awesome.
That's one of the things we haven't really mentioned on the show that eurorack is useful for. Getting things out of synths from the past and having them reintroduced. They wouldn't otherwise have It's a path that wouldn't otherwise have occurred because they got the gateway of eurorack in between.
Well, the other thing too is, Chris, is that in the day you might have had that phaser sound, and there might have been no other way to use it except through the sounds of the Kruma, right? Yeah. And you probably thought to yourself, I'd love to put my guitar through that, or I'd love to put something else through that, and you weren't able to. And you know, here is an opportunity now where you can put anything through it that is at eurorack level anyway, and with a bit of specialness, you could probably put any other type of input into it as well, with a bit of treatment, that is. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. I mean, yeah, it's probably not winning awards, but it wins my love. Does that count?
It's got to be our award.
It does here.
Ranzee's Gold Star Award.
Yeah, it's a phaser. All right, let's go on to the next. By the way, the new segment is pretty short, so we're going to get to the Waldorf in a minute, but I'm going to leave it to the last segment because it's a big one. Let's go to this one next, and that is the Quad Creek by I don't know how you even call it. Loess Labs, I think that is the name of the website that produced this thing. Quad Creek is a semi-modular analog sound generator and effects unit featuring 4 voltage-controlled bandpass filters and a variety of CV circuitry, which you can see there in some interesting graphics on the faceplate there. This is not necessarily a eurorack module, guys. This is actually like a kind of like a DIY handheld desktop module. I wouldn't call it like a proper desktop module because it's not really in a enclosed cage. Like, you know, you saw before I showed the Noodler how it's all nicely enclosed. It's kind of a bit raw. It's kind of layered. You can see it in the photo there. Anyway, what does it do? The actual purpose of this is the whole purpose of bandpass filters, really. And what that allows you to do is you can kind of pump through those bandpass sort of things, melodic drones. You can even do, if you're not into drones, you can even do percussion, or you can do sort of other types of, you know, obvious filter effects like that sort of wah wah sound or those sort of things, comb sort of sound, those sort of things. Anyway, when you combine this with white noise, you know, and some CV circuitry, you can actually craft some pretty cool polyrhythmic and melodic structures, and that's what this is all about. So it actually features a little 5-channel mixer. There are 3 stereo audio outputs on here as well, and it's available as, you guys will love this because every single person sitting below me is going to be interested in one of these options: a full unit, fully made, or you can get it as DIY kit, or you can just buy the PCB and get the BOM and go your hardest.
Panel. Yeah.
So Quad Creek, this is the big. It's free hardware with gerbers and schematics available under the GNU GPL v3 license. Isn't that friggin' cool? Guys,
that's very cool.
That is really cool. So price wise, I'll give you some sounds in a sec, but price wise, just so you can wet your whistle on this, if you were really, really high end, cool builder, $60 for the PCB. And then off you go, get your BOM, go order your parts from Mouser or wherever you're going to get them from, DigiKey or whatever, and away you go, build this sucker using the schematics. Off you go. If you want the kit, the guy will put the kit together for you, nice little baggies like Chris does with his little Etsy store. Only $250 for the kit, and you can build this yourself. Every little bit and piece that you can see there is all supplied. And Daren, because I know you want to sit on the park bench and you don't want to get the soldering iron out, $444 for you if you want it to be built by the original owner of this thing, the original developer. You know, his hands have been on it. You know, this is the guy that invented this. It's got a bit of a, you know, menage, you know,
prestige
to it. Yeah, a bit of prestige. Yeah. Yes. I'll go into some specs in a sec, but let's have a listen to it. Here we go.
Oh, to hear.
This is Quad Creek, the newest instrument by Loess Labs. It is an analog resonant multi-tool based around 4 voltage-controlled bandpass filters. You can ping it, let it oscillate, feed audio through it, and more. It also has a white noise generator and various CV modules. All sounds heard in this video are dry, no effects, spare some basic EQ and compression. Quad Creek is currently available for purchase on my Etsy, which is linked in the description. You can get a full synthesizer or DIY kit, and it is fully free hardware under the GNU GPL v3 license. It's also all through-hole, so it's very serviceable. Because there are 4 filter modules, the Quad Creek can perform different functions simultaneously, such as being a stereo woofer guitar and playing a percussive backing beat. You can also feed the filters into each other to get harsh growls and resonant meowing tones.
I'm going to pause the video there because I want you guys to go check the rest of it out, and don't want to sort of there's some cool stuff towards the back of that video. And just a quick one there, I think you guys are kind of picking up on it. It's very semi-modular, isn't it, this whole thing? So it does have a bit of that Bastel sort of vibe to it, where you're plugging stuff in, plugging different instruments in. It just invites. It's inviting. Anything to do with kind of funky filter sort of routing is going to give you some really interesting sort of results too. So multi-layering, mixing, that sort of stuff. Anyway, thoughts, guys, on the Quad Creek?
It's,
I have to keep muting myself.
Sorry, you go, Dan.
No, I'm not used to it. I keep forgetting that I have to unmute myself on screen instead of my mixing desk. That's all right, so I'll sit there. I forgot what I was going to say now.
Patching, by the way,
Chris,
Darren.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Patching, by the way, Darren, is through the little 4mm banana things. I don't know if you guys noticed that on the video.
All right, so you can't use your little.
Can't use your little.
Get some bananas.
3.5. Yeah.
Yes.
That's all right. It's just a bit awkward if you haven't got any. You have to go and buy some.
Yeah, it's kind of that. It's very much giving a kind of a Buchla vibe, isn't it? In a way. I was just having a sneaky peek at the website to see there's a diagram of the architecture, which is quite revealing. It's got lots of little step sequences in there, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yep.
All hidden underneath though. It's an interesting design choice visually, because I guess it's encouraging experimentation without necessarily fully understanding, at least initially, fully understanding what you're doing, because nothing's really labeled, nothing's really there is some color coordination, but it didn't seem to be a traditional sort of, it seemed to be some kind of arbitrary unstated method of color coding the knobs.
It's sort of like a twisty knob and see what happens thing.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. I think it's encouraging that kind of exploration. Yeah, I guess so. But even the Soma is kind of like, you get to grips with it pretty quickly, don't you?
Yeah, it's true.
There is some logic to some of the Soma stuff, yeah. I agree, Chris. I think that this kind of sits in that corner with Error Instruments, some of the craziness that they do. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I quite like some of the Error Instrument stuff, but this I think it's a bit pricey for the fully fledged version at 450 or whatever it was.
444.
444. Yeah, that's a bit pricey for when it hasn't even got a proper box, if I'm honest. Least you could do is stick it in a box.
Stick it in a box. Good idea, Ian.
Yeah.
Put some wood around it.
I love I love a bit of wood.
Start.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should be all over
We
this.
prefer
but
it when we
I'm-
get. We prefer it when we get wood. Yes.
Yeah, I'm slightly underwhelmed. I mean, the bit with the guitar I thought was just bonkers, really.
It was
on the
bonkers.
video.
Yeah, it was.
I don't. It doesn't really float my boat, if I'm honest. I don't think.
Alrighty. Good.
I know. I have other things that will do something probably quite similar, and that's probably why it doesn't float my boat, really.
Yeah.
You know.
I think we've got to get our heads
It looks
around.
interesting. I'll give him that. I think
It does
it's
look
probably
interesting.
just-
I'll give it that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
All
sort
up
of. But
GNU and all that.
I'm always
stuff.
trying to get something melodic out of it, and obviously the video doesn't sort of show that. It's very quite
Does it?
noise orientated.
Maybe
and
I should get the
sort of
telestrator
dim.
out. I might get the telestrator out. Help you guys here.
You want to draw on it?
Yeah.
Show us. Explain to us
Oh,
what
yeah.
too silly to understand.
It's going to go, well, these are green knobs, and these are the blue
Yeah, well,
ones.
the blue
and
Oh,
knobs
so
are
they
the
changed the
pulses.
blue. Oh, I get it now. Yes.
The purple is resonance, isn't it? And the green controls the rate of pings
Yeah,
over
here's
time.
Yeah.
So
So there is a logic to it.
All right.
yeah.
Is that working? No.
No. Negative, Captain.
Let's try it like this. Hey, now it's working.
Yeah. So
There we
So the
go.
green-
That's
the
completely
gr-
clear.
So that
the
section,
greens rep.
that section there.
There you go.
Do you want to do it, Chris? I'll
Pampas.
circle things, and you can then
Yeah.
explain what it is.
I hope if I've got it right. They're both. There's two bandpass filters, two filter sections side by side, so they're identical. At the top, it's the output. At the bottom, it's the gain. Then you got the resonance, that are the purple knobs, and the frequency is the blue knob, and the green knob is your like low frequency rate.
Yep.
So green is representing kind of control voltages. Purple is almost always representing kind of
Resonance.
kind of resonance, but then
Yeah.
the sort of breaks the rules down. And the blues are always sort of usually the frequency.
Up the
related
top here,
stuff.
you can't see it, but behind that purple knob is an output, so that actually is an output.
Yeah.
And then down
You can't
here,
see it.
you've actually got inputs, right? These are the inputs. you've got.
CV. Oh yeah, they go to each
Yeah.
knob. So yeah, okay.
So
Gotcha.
it kind of snakes across that to there. That one
Yeah.
kind of goes up to there. Can you see? This one, it says riser, so I don't know what this one is here. So yeah, it's kind of interesting anyway. Then you've got this middle section, Chris, here. This middle section, right?
Yes, with the step sequences in it.
So the
The
mixer
green
is
knobs represent
there's your mixer across the top. Then you said the green knobs are
the
what?
steps for the step
Steps?
sequencer.
Okay.
Yeah. So they control voltages for
And
your steps.
these knobs here.
Blue knobs, I think that's another step sequencer. So we got
Don't know what that is.
two different
Pulse
sets of
generator? Pulse generators.
Well, they said they're purple knobs at the bottom of the pulse generators.
Okay.
And
LFO.
LFOs. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 3-step sequencer. Got it. So there's
Yeah,
five.
so there's a 5-step
there's a
sequencer and a
5-step
3-step
there.
sequencer. Yeah.
This is getting
And a
terrible. Let's get
3-step,
rid of it.
yeah.
There's the 5 steps there,
Yeah.
and there's the 3 steps there. Now, guys,
Yeah.
can you? We're doing this on purpose, right? Can you guys see that what Chris and I are kind of trying to do is make sense of this and of this guy's design, and when you get to that sort of point where it's starting to become a little bit tiring to sort of make sense of it, you will, I guess, eventually sort of know how this thing works. But Chris made that point before, the green knobs here, the purple knobs there, they don't really sort of follow the same logic. So in one sense they were like to do with step sequences, another term that were to do with something else. So it doesn't really follow some sort of logical
Yeah, it's a case of it mostly follows a logic, except when it can't. You know, I don't have another color, I have to make a decision, which is quite common in stuff that's not designed to go to marketing, it's designed to go to people.
Yeah.
You know, it's about accessibility to this technology. So that's the priority. So
there you go.
You've got to give them props for that. But yeah.
I don't know why he's chosen to go with the banana plugs. Maybe that's just a price thing, because it's a fairly simple connector. I mean, wouldn't it have been more simpler to sort of keep this thing with a generic functionality, and that is to have 3.5 millimeters, or even if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to conform to eurorack standards, why don't you go with 1/4 inch connections on it? And you're sort of heading towards the Korg and the Moog sort of land with that sort of ideology. And if it's like you, Chris, you kind of felt that it had a Buchla sort of feel, didn't you?
Yeah.
And if it is, then 3.5 millimeters would be completely acceptable for connectors on this. So there you go. Quad Creek, not bad. Good little sort of project. Good little project.
I think the DIY is definitely the better version to go for it, because I mean,
it's
if you
kind
buy
of
the fully,
optimized.
if you buy the fully built version, it's more expensive than a Lyra 4, and I think I would probably rather spend my money on the Lyra 4 than this.
Yeah,
if I'm honest. But as a DIY project, that seems like quite a reasonable thing, especially if you just buy the circuit board.
That's kind of the point of DIY for some people, is to save money. So that option, that's why, you know, and the full build versions is just one of those things that, you know, we've added on to DIY gig. You know, we kind of now we can, people actually want it assembled for them. I guess if that's what they want, you know, let's do it. So they tend to be a higher price because you're asking someone for a service. So
to be fair though, it looks to be quite a simple DIY project. Like I just had a quick look at the PCB, because it's all through hole. It doesn't, like, you're not going to have to do any SMC stuff. I feel that's
all through hole. It's just a crap ton of resistors.
Yeah, that's no big deal. I mean, you just do what I do. I'll just crack open a live stream and, you know, have a chat to everyone while I'm doing it.
I can say methodical. Therapeutic in a way. It's quite meditative.
Yeah, it is. Nice. Okay, let's move on. Let's get into the most important part of the show, which is what... Not saying that these products aren't important, but this is probably why everyone's here. Let's talk about this, the Waldorf Protein synthesizer. And it is a new synthesizer from Waldorf. They have been pumping out synths, you know,
which is good to see.
Over the years. It is good to see. So, okay, I guess, I mean, I wrote on the thumbnail that this is another, basically this is another release of the microwave from Waldorf. It's not really. This is a wavetable synthesizer, but it has its roots in the microwave heritage, because this is the company that produced the microwave. So why wouldn't it? Because that's their, you know, that's their legacy. But that's actually important, because some people may think, I'd love to have a little sort of portable, you know, desktop, it's kind of small, digital synth that does wavetable stuff, and it has its digital heart from the Microwave 1 days, which really kind of, I think, with all this lo-fi stuff coming out these days and, you know, crunchy digital sounds, I think it really is ticking a box with some, you know, sonic exploration anyway, put it that way. Now, you guys can get one of these if you want. They're actually available.
They're sold out.
They're available on pre-order, which is I was about to say, through Toman and other different places. But if you guys use that affiliate link that I've just put into the YouTube chat, and also it's on the blog article on my website, you can go and actually have a look at it now. That will give me, without costing you anymore, it'll give me, or my channel I should say, not me, a kickback. And it's always good to give us a kickback when you're going to buy one of these things anyway. So please look after us. If you saw it here and you think, I like what I hear, I like what I see on this thing, this is definitely what I want to get, do it through us, and then you're going to be paying the normal price that you'd pay anyway, and you're giving us a little kickback. It's not a lot, by the way. It's probably only a couple of bucks, but hey, it all counts. Right, so what have we got here? Protein is very, very compact design desktop synth module. You guys have noticed, you probably eyeballed it, across the top you've got 4 layers labeled A to D. So it's an 8 voice, 4-layered multi-timbre synth. So that's interesting. So that means, does that mean that we get 8 voices per layer, or does that mean that we're going to have to shave those 8 voices, share those 8 voices across the 4 layers? So what you'll probably like to know though, guys, is it actually features a recreation of the original microwave ASIC oscillators, and it runs the classic 250 kilohertz sample rate to capture those distinct 8-bit crunchy as friggin' hell digital distinctive sounds that they got. And this is what I'm saying, this is bringing back that crunchy digital wavetable microwave sound back to modern in a little nice little neat box. I think it's genius, to be honest, from Waldorf. I really do. I think it's very clever, because it means that you don't have to go and buy an old crunchy piece of hardware that, geez, let's be honest, guys, if that digital stuff fails, you're screwed on those older vintage things. So this will have a warranty. This will be just as good as your Strike Fed and your Rocket and all the other things that you've bought in the last 10 years from Waldorf, right? But I really think keywords here, guys: multi-timbral, lo-fi, and vintage digital. Vintage digital is a cool sort of thing right now with people. It's a new thing. It's like people have moved away from vintage analog and they're starting to go on to vintage digital stuff. We talked about vintage digital quite regularly recently. Like we've talked about phase distortion recently from the Casio synths. We've talked about all the different types of granular stuff that's coming out, and the protein now is a real sort of early day wavetable synth from Waldorf. Anyone else want to add anything? I can tell you the price. I'll tell you the price first. So it's an intro price at the moment at €329, and it will go up to $379 later on when that intro price kind of fails. So they're kind of encouraging people to pre-order it, even though they don't have them in stock. There are a bunch that are there. It is, the other thing too I heard about this, they have modeled a CEM analog filter on here, which is nice. And if you want to get deep into the specs, I can tell you heaps of those. There's 3 envelopes, 2 LFOs, there's an 8-slot mod matrix on here, there's 150 factory presets and 250 user preset spots. It's got built-in effects with 2 slots per layer, and you've got 4 layers, as you can see, and you can choose between reverbs, delays, phases, drives. So a lot of the stuff that you see some of the other products like the Strike Fed and that, you can see some of those effects in here. It does have a 32-step sequencer, an arpeggiator, a chord, and a scale mode on here as well. You can see that on the right-hand side underneath the protein label. It's got 4 MIDI capabilities via MIDI in and out with a mini TRS type A adapter in the back. It is USB-C connection. There is no power supply included with this when you buy it, so you power off your little USB-C connection. Now that is standard with, I bought the Strike Fed, there was no power supply that came with my Strike Fed, right? You just power it off USB. They're really low powered actually, to be honest. And yeah, if you're interested in the type of wavetable stuff that Microwave One does, I guess go head over to their website and check that bit out. But Daren, less than 1 kilo this thing weighs. Less than 1 kilo.
Exactly. When I first seen this, at first I thought, it is, and you could get a power brick. And at first I thought it was a VST from the thumbnail on scene. I thought, have they released a VST? And I didn't sort of click on it to look, check it out, because I thought I wasn't expecting Waldorf to come up with something like this. Because I've got the Blofeld and the Pulse 2, which I like, and they're built like bricks. I presume this is going to be built quite well as well, because it's a small, chunky, probably a bit like the original circuit, with that sort of blue rubberized bottom to it. And I thought, so I had a quick look at it. And I thought, yes, this is interesting. Not very big. I like Waldorf stuff, and especially some digital stuff. And it's not expensive neither. It's not expensive at all for So I was
price.
quite interested. I'm quite intrigued. Yeah, quite intrigued. It might be something that might take place in my live rig because it's not going to take up too much room.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming, Darren. Although you probably won't get it for Christmas. I think the price is great.
Yeah.
I want to hear what it sounds like, obviously, but
You're about to do that in a sec, Ian.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I've got the Waldorf engines in my sledge, which works really well.
Yeah.
So I think I do think the price is great.
Okay. So, Chris, do you want to say something before we go to the video?
Oh, I think we should hear it first.
All right, let's do that. Here we go. 58 seconds of Waldorf.
Does that say MPE?
Where was that down?
At the beginning.
It does have MPE, Darren. And polyphonic aftertouch. Just definitely does have MPE and polyphonic aftertouch. You read that correctly. This is definitely on the shopping list for me. I absolutely would
I
love
am
to
putting
get
this on my list as well.
Yeah.
You see, that's it. You see, they've whacked the pricing so nicely. It's not ridiculously expensive. You don't feel it's dirty cheap, but it's just nice.
Yeah.
Looks
And I like Waldorf
well
stuff.
built too.
I'm saying 10 out of 10 to Waldorf for this. I think this is genius. This is genius. You know,
They
it's
can send us one. I'll try it out live, and so feel free to
Absolutely.
drop us all
It sounds
one. We can all
great.
give us
Yeah.
our.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't got any money at the moment, so
yeah.
I don't have any Waldorf in the studio, so clearly that needs to be rectified.
yeah, that needs to be put right,
yeah,
Chris.
got to get one of these. The thing that you got to remember about the microwave is because it's that crunchy 8-bit wavetable stuff, right? The good thing about it invites you to put it through an analog filter.
Yeah. So could I ask for clarification here? Isn't this an all digital device?
It is.
So it's an emulation. Yeah. So it's virtual analog digital.
It's a model.
Virtual digital analog.
Yeah, it's got a Curtis modeled filter on there, but you don't have to put it through that. You could put it through your Eurorack filters, or if you've got a synth with a modern analog filter in it, you can do that too.
Yeah, put it through a phaser effect. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
For example. Yeah. Which I've done recently. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, this
but
is cool.
It is cool package as well. That's the thing I like about it, is that it's just nicely put together. The features that it's got seem to really complement the limitations of of that era of synthesis, wavetable synthesis, which seems to complement rather well. So yeah, it is kind of genius in that sense that they've thought they found a good combination there.
Yeah.
Sweet spot, as you said. I think you said a sweet spot. Yeah, no, I think when I first saw this, it was firstly like, hello, who are you? How you doing? Because it's kind of it's really nice visual design and stuff like that, and then explaining what it is, and it does that as well. It does that, and it took me a while before I realized, it's probably digital.
Yep.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
They're great at digital, these guys. They really are.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Is realize
Waldorf are digital and wavetable, basically.
Exactly.
This is
their heritage. Exactly. Yeah, their heritage. Really elevates this product. If you know what I mean. It's kind of a trajectory.
If you had to pick something,
it's different from anyone else doing it. Yeah.
I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 at the moment for me. But I've had to pick something, and you know what I'm going to say, don't you? I could do with a bigger
On
screen.
the list.
A hairy
Just
nose.
a bit bigger.
Oh yes.
Well, yeah.
I think you find
wondering
the
where you were
screen's
I
gonna
keep
go.
on
alright.
forgetting the small screen. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always skimp on the
It's
screen.
about.
yeah,
I think
it's annoying.
it's that's not going to put it off because I mean it's going to be clear. I'm assuming it's going to be a click. I think they said it's like the Mini Freak screen. Is it Mini Freak? Haven't they got a small screen, or is it the Micro Freak?
Mini Freak and
Mini
Micro Freak.
Yeah.
Mini Freak.
Oh, yeah,
Mini Freak
Micro-
has a
Micro Freak.
small screen. Micro Freak has no screen,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Ah,
I'll
right.
bring up.
So
I'll
it's
bring
not-
up the.
It is. It
Mini Freak
is.
screen.
Yeah. It does look very similar.
I'll bring up their other.
I think it's actually the same screen. Actually, I'm sure someone said.
Classic mic.
I just want to. This is a video that I'll show you guys this. This is good little intro, and you'll get to see the product from the top anyway. And I think this kind of shows you what you're talking about, Daren. This shows the hands on it, and this shows you the size of the screen. And I don't think it's as bad as you think. Here we go.
No, I don't think the screen's bad, quality-wise.
I mean, Rolf. Obviously, we want Rolf to talk
Hi,
about this.
I'm Rolf from Waldorf.
Yeah.
And this is Protein. Protein is our new affordable polyphonic wavetable synthesizer with
So just there, you get an idea of the size of this thing. It's about the size of your hand. It's tiny,
That's
right?
nice.
The screen is definitely small, Daren. Absolutely, but I don't think it's a problem because of how you use that screen. So if you go,
Yeah, well, I've
if
got
you go
I've
through
got the
this video-
monologue, which is a small screen up here. So
Yeah, I think it's smaller. I think it's
No.
slightly smaller. Oh, monologue. Yeah, no, it's probably about a little bit smaller than that. It is about the size of the Micro Freak screen, and about the size of the one that's on the organelle. And I
See,
find the
everything-
organelle one fine.
everything on the screen is kind of not very cluttered. So if you go to all the different sections, like he'll touch the arpeggiator, he'll touch this particular bit here, the editing. There's this is probably one of the more complex screens. This is a wave edit here, where he's actually showing how to edit a wave. But then you've got, some of the sequencer stuff, some of the layering stuff. The screen is pretty basic in that sense. So I don't really feel that you need a bigger screen. Does that make sense? That's kind of where I was going with it.
I think the coloured buttons really.
yeah,
help.
yeah, it fits in. I always say you need a bigger screen because my eyes are bad.
You just wanted to have a whinge, didn't you?
For what's yeah,
He
you've
has
got to
to
whinge
say
about something.
That's it.
For what's displayed on the screen's fine. You know, I mean, they're not, like you said, they're not cluttering it up with so much information that you can't actually see what's going on.
Yeah.
But you can never beat a slightly bigger screen. Same with a big knob. You can never beat a slightly bigger knob.
Yeah. I mean, I was showing guys before the Noodler, right? And this is actually probably a very similar size to the Noodler, like that guy's hands, right? You think about my hands on the Noodler here. It's probably not much bigger than that, I would say, just as a sort of a guesstimate. But the thing that I like about it, Ian, you're going to lick your lips when I tell you this, because I don't know if you quite have got yourself deep into the MPC world. When you plug this into your MPC, all the MPE features of this will be able to be accessed through your MPC Live 3.
Oh no! Now you see, like I come on this show and I say I'm not going to buy anything ever again, and then what happens?
Just
The
ban
protein
yourself.
arrives.
Ban yourself from the show.
Yeah, no. I'm not. I can't afford it at the moment. I can't buy it at the moment. Certainly. But I'll stick it on my list.
Yeah, have a look at it.
That's right.
For me, I was actually looking at this. I was actually going to pair this up with the Noodler, because the Noodler is basically like an arpeggiator on steroids, right? And you've got four different elements that you can control with the Noodler. You've got the two motives, your pad and the drone, and this has got the 4 layers.
Yeah.
And I can
quite a
control
nice
all of
match.
those individually through MIDI. So this thing would just lap it up. So, this with a Noodler, this with an MPC, this in your DAW, USB-C connection. To me, it's genius. There's so many little genius, and standalone. I mean, hey, you don't even need to have a Noodler on this. It's got its own sequencer in there. It's got an arpeggiator. It's got chord mode. It's got a weird scale thing on here as well. They've packed a whole bunch of stuff in here. I'm really, 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 really happy with this. This is good. And I think a lot of people who don't want to put a massive, huge, big keyboard on their studio, and they're running out of space because there's only so many keyboards they can get. These things are really kind of handy. I've been a massive fan of Waldorf for years. You guys know that I like my Strikefet. I've had other Waldorf products like the Rocket. I've had the Blofeld, and I've sold the Blofeld. And the reason why guys used to shoot me for selling the Blofeld, I sold my Blofeld because I heard that they were going to bring out the VST version of the Blofeld, and they have. So I didn't need the hardware version anymore. I've got the VST version here, and it's beautiful. Blofeld's digital. They could do that with this, I guess. Down the track, Waldorf could bring out a VST version of this. But for me, being a hardware guy, I actually like this being a little box that I don't ever need to update it if I don't want to. It'll always work. I don't need to go and sign into some software thing, my iLock in my computer, check
all
my
the reasons
emails.
why we like hardware.
Right.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. So absolute
that's
brilliant product. Probably almost, it's so simple. You guys are looking at it thinking, why is Ranzee like? What is it? There's so many better synths out there than this. What are you talking about? But you think about it, it's so simple in its design. It's so packed full of features. It is a wavetable synth, and it's probably like limited in that sense, but it brings us back to all that nostalgic microwave sounds. If you think about all the Waldorf stuff that you can only get the microwave one sounds out of it, you'd have to buy an M. Waldorf M's are expensive, like compared to this. They're, 4-5 times the price, I think, of one of these.
Yeah, 1,500, I think.
wow.
Okay, so 4 times the price. And then, the Quantum's been discontinued, and you could get the microwave one stuff in there. So yeah, do you know what I mean? This is clever. This is very clever. Yeah.
So this is I'm thinking is the PPG.
Yep.
The Behringer one.
Yep.
This competes with it from my perspective. And I was hoping the Behringer were going to put out a module version of the PPG. Then I'd be interested. Because I'm not interested in the keyboard version, even though I know it's kind of a major part of the ethos and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this is kind of like, this is kind of what I'm looking for. So,
yeah.
And similar era. Definitely.
I think it mentions that
between
PPG stuff as well. Haven't they got PPG?
Yeah. I think they've got them slaves, yeah.
Well, you can get Waldorf actually do a PPG VST.
They do, yeah. I know.
It's actually really good.
The VST, which is pretty
I
good,
remember.
yeah,
I remember when I first got the Waldorf PPG Wave 3, which is their more recent VST version. They had a Wave 2, been around for a long time. The Wave 3 is the one that was more recent. Anyway, when I first got it, it was like Tangerine Dream revisited. Do you know what I mean? It was crazy. Okay. Yeah. There's other things, of course, but that was the first thing that kind of got me thinking, wow, these sounds, it's those things when you buy a synth that is a nostalgic synth, the first thing that you do, we all do this, it's natural for us, is we go, I loved it on that record, that was amazing. You go through all those different patches, those factory patches, and you can hear those sounds in some of your favorite musicians' records. It's crazy. That Protein is going to do that. You're going to hear some microwave one sounds in there, and you're going to go, wow, I know who's used those. Wow, this is crazy. This is like bringing me back to the 80s, the 90s. Some of the, some of the German music that came out, like, not Berlin School, prior to Berlin School, right? So the electro-German stuff I'm talking about, they were using microwaves. So, yeah, it's good. Very good. And I was kind of, you probably can tell with the way I communicate. Like, if you guys follow me on Discord, and always mention Discord. You guys should remember. Where's my Discord button? I'm always going to press the wrong button here. Hey, I got it right. There's my Discord link. If you're not actually part of Discord, jump on there. It's free. Discord doesn't bombard you with ads and porn and stuff like that like some other platforms do. So it's quite a nice little platform still. For the moment, we're still safe in Discord, I feel. But the good thing about it is the show continues during the week there, and I announced the leak during the week, and I already showed you guys photos of it in Discord. I already knew this thing was coming out, but I wasn't under an NDA, so I could do whatever I friggin' like, and that's what I love. That's why I try to I stay independent with these things.
Independence.
And as soon as this thing launched, bang, you guys saw an article up on my website, the Ranzee.com website. So, as soon as those articles come up, I give you guys the links to go and buy these things and the information that you need to, find it somewhere else. So, yeah, all over the Waldorf stuff, guys. Tell us in chat if you guys like this. In fact, I'm actually going to put a little thing up in chat now. We'll do a little poll.
Cool.
Who likes the new Waldorf protein? And we're going to have I do. I love it.
Bloody muted again. Yeah, I said we need to do like a silver star or gold star type of thing that we can whack on any product that we sort of think the Synth Geekery show really likes, or is,
There we go. I just started a poll in YouTube chat. You guys can go fill that one out. Who likes the new Waldorf protein? I love it. I don't love it. I don't care.
25% don't care at the moment. That wasn't me.
Well, I mean, some people just don't care, and it's good to know.
Yeah,
80%, 75% love it. Well, we're getting some people that don't care. That's fair enough. We're not all, batting for the same team here. That's for sure. Steve Elbows, I'll just pick out a few comments in chat while we're talking to. Steve Elbows says, the only reason I won't get this straight away is the lack of money. And I like that, mate. Good on you, mate, for letting us know that, because I'm the same. I'm not going to get this straight away either, but I am definitely getting it. And you know what, too? It's probably going to benefit you if you do wait, because generally speaking, they'll come down in price after a little while. Yeah, maybe it's 12 months, maybe it's longer. It depends on your distributor in your part of the world. Yeah. But I found when I bought the Strike Fat, I waited about a year, the hardware one of these, and I got it heaps cheaper than what it was when I first launched it. Heaps cheaper.
Local supplier or direct?
Local supplier, yeah, store DJ for me.
Understood.
Yep.
That's all I need to know.
I did the same with the Hydra Synth. I waited 18 months before buying it.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
You and me both.
I just love that. Steve's kind of talking my language. I love the PPG sound. I love the microwave sound. I just love that marriage with that real raspy digital sound that just rings through. It cuts through the mix. It's so synthy. It's like, kind of the same reasons why you'd like DX7s, kind of the same reasons why you'd like Casio phase distortion synths. It's kind of similar sort of vibe, but you will probably have a favorite in your corner with all these different sort of ideas, right? So definitely Waldorf for me in the past. And the other one that I used to always love is the Kurzweil, the 2500 series stuff. Oh, mate, far out. Digital as hell, but just loved it. Probably Robert Miles is to blame for that. Good on you, Rob.
It's his fault.
Yeah. May he rest in peace, that guy.
Is that all the vast technology, is it?
Yeah, the vast.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, they're the first to hit us with some orchestral.
Yeah.
That was a cool thing.
So what are we going to do with this poll? Let's have a look at it. All right, let's end the poll and see what we got. There we go. 72% love it. 28% don't care. and no one said they
nobody
don't
doesn't
like
love
it. So do you know what I mean? Like when you say I don't care,
Okay.
you're abstaining, right? You're abstaining.
Yeah, you're basically saying ambivalent. Yeah.
18 people voted. That's a pretty decent sample. I mean, there's 47 people currently viewing it. 18 votes. It's kind of, a little bit under half. Good little sample of the audience there. Well done, boys and girls, for the votes. Couple of people say they don't like it. Good. Cool. All right. Well done, Waldorf. We need to move on with the rest of the show, but what we could do is go to here and we could run the next clue for the quiz. You're going to like this one. This is the next clue for the quiz. Guys, do not Google this and other forms of search, right? Just do it in your mind if you can. Try and be honest with yourself. Blender. And it's not a Futurama episode.
Oh, but yeah.
No. What can we do next? What should we do? We've got
Are
Price
we done,
Watch.
are we done with, I'm going to say, are we done with the news?
We're done with the news.
Can I just say to people, if you've got an MPC, Air are giving the free double track plugin available, free to download till I think it's the middle of next month. I just downloaded it yesterday and I'd messed around with it. It's good. I'm properly played with it, obviously, but
what is double track?
MPC, it's so it'll double track. So it would double track a vocal, or you could use it on a guitar.
I gotcha. Yep.
That type of thing.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, but it's based on
Instant double tracking.
yeah, it's their Black Friday thing. I'm just trying to see when it.
Good on you, Smithy.
They say there's limited. It's limited to so many thousand, but currently you can get it now.
It's a NutriBullet, Rance.
Yeah.
It's a KitchenAid. Get out your spatulas. Right, Ian, did you prepare a on this day, or do you want me to do it? I'm good. I'm good to do it.
Of course I did.
Oh, mate, you're a legend. Hey, you're gonna love the new intro.
I'm a legend.
Here
Let's
we go.
do it right.
Here we go.
I've got an intro. Even better.
That D50 program.
Don't you just love that
That's
D50
brilliant.
sound?
Yes.
I'm into that. It's great.
Fantastic. On this day,
On this day, right? So we're going back in time. 1877, first of all. Okay. Again, not a huge amount of synthy stuff, but we'll get there. But US inventor Thomas Edison demonstrated his hand cranked. It's called a phonograph for the first time. Now, the phonograph, right, is what it basically was a record player. So he recorded on a thin sheet of tin foil wrapped around a grooved metal cylinder, and then obviously it had a different needle stylus to play back. Apparently the first words were "Mary had a little lamb." So I mean, let's face it, that invention, it did everything, did it, for us in terms of recording material. Everything moved on from there, really. So, slight sidebar. We had today. We had Edwin Schrödinger published his famous experiment, Schrödinger's cat. So that let the cat out of the bag, didn't it? So,
Is it alive? Is it
that.
alive?
Yeah.
Is it dead?
Is
it
it
really
dead?
dead?
Is it dead?
It's in
It's-
quantum
it's
flux,
really-
baby.
Yeah,
Like all
it
cats.
could really
All cats
be
are in
dead.
quantum
Did
flux.
they even put the cat in there?
Yes.
So now we
Until you
move to
observe it.
1959, and somebody called Wendy Wu. Now, not everybody will know who Wendy Wu is.
Ah.
I like
Right.
this one. This is good.
So Wendy Wu
Yeah.
was from the English new wave band The Photos,
Yeah.
who had a top 5 album in 1980, and then they did record a second album, but it was shelved mainly because of some problems. Now, I went to see The Photos at a gig in York in 1980, and I ran out the next day. It was Sunday afternoon. I ran out the next day,
It's upside down.
upside down, Ian.
All the electrons are going to fall
Yeah.
out of that LP.
Yeah, so if you can see it without the, so there we are. Look at the price though, £4.99, not for one album,
For two.
but for two. So you've
Yeah,
got the
it's a set.
photos album, you also got their blackmail tapes. It's available on DVD. I mean, but you get it on streaming, but available on DVD, on CD. I have got both versions. It's a really good power pop record, actually. And I was a massive fan of the
Good old
of
Wendy
the
Wu.
photos.
She was Chinese, wasn't she? She was Chinese, right?
No, she wasn't. She was from. I was going to say she was from like Basingstoke. No, she wasn't. No, her real name was Wendy Cruz.
Oh, okay. So she just chose to have a Chinese surname for the art. Interesting.
Now what finally killed the band was that the record company hyped the record. It got to number 4 in 1980, but they hyped it by giving out cameras to record shops to promote it. Which once the press got hold of that, they were, kiss of death really. But it's a good record. They're a good band. The second album, which came out about 10 years ago, it was recorded in 81, but then 2008 it came out on Cherry Records. It's Crystal Tips and Mighty Mice. I've got it. It's not as good as the first record.
I like
So
it.
that was 59. She was born today. Happy birthday, Wendy.
Good on you, Wendy.
1963, the Beatles song, a record, I Want to Hold Your Hand, was released for the first time. And it was the first time that UK advanced orders passed 1 million. Can you imagine what it's like? We don't get pre-orders in the same sort of way now, but
Imagine
1 million people
working there.
ordered that record before it was even out.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the sort of power of the Beatles through the 60s. 76, Sex Pistols, Lancaster Local Council cancelled the Sex Pistols gig. The reason was the statement from the council says, "We're not any of that sort of filth here."
Oh, poor Johnny.
Oh,
Hey?
but I mean, Sex Pistols. I mean, I must have told my Sex Pistols story on here. I went to see them at the Penthouse in Scarborough when I was at college in Scarborough, and they were rubbish. They really weren't very good. And I walked out about halfway through. So I didn't stay for the end of the gig. It was pretty shambolic, really.
I never got to see them. I was a bit sad about that. I never got to see them. I did see.
It was an experience.
I did see Public Image Limited though, which is kind of like an offshoot of the Sex Pistols.
Yeah, that was after, wasn't it? Just after. Yeah, I would have liked to see them at the same sort of time, really. But no, I got bored about halfway through and left. 1980 on this day, John Lennon released Double Fantasy, the album that was released 3 weeks before his death. I bought it at the time and thought the John Lennon side was really good, and the Yoko Ono side
was rubbish, wasn't it? Yeah.
But, I mean, it was avant-garde, wasn't it? But even so, it was a bit
avant-garde. You're being polite. It was rubbish.
Actually, I am being polite. You're right. Also in 1980, on this day, ABBA scored their 9th and last UK number 1 with a rather ropey song called Super Trooper.
I didn't like that one.
I never liked that.
Oh dear.
My mother bought the cassette of that.
Isn't that the one they go
It was not
like that?
Yeah.
It was just grating on me, that one. I think we were all done with them by then anyway, so we kind of
we pretty much were. The Visitor was my favourite album. Was that the last album? I don't think Super Trooper's on that, because Super Trooper's on the album.
Dancing Queen was like killed in my house. That song, Dancing Queen, just played and played and played and played to the death. Don't play it evermore.
So now we jump to 1983 on this day, and we had the first ever Now That's What I Call Music release. Now, did you get this in Australia?
No.
It's a very UK.
Never heard of this actually.
So this is an album that came out every year. It was like a compilation album.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So it's like a.
I mean, that first one had
smash hits, like a smash hits or something.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, but the where they got the name from is interesting, because it came from. Let me just find. I've got my notes here somewhere. So the series took its name from a 1930s advertising poster for Danish bacon featuring a pig saying, "Now that's what I call music," as it listens to a chicken singing.
What
Just
the
sums it up, doesn't it?
Of course.
I know, yeah, of course.
I mean, yeah.
This is England. This is Britain. We can only do that, yeah.
I remember them. It was like yeah, and they started off. I think it was going almost once a year, wasn't it?
It was once a year, sort of just before the Christmas.
Until it was getting into the 40s. Yeah, when it got up into the 40s, they started doing now every flipping 3 months.
Yeah,
and then they do spin-offs of that as well. Yeah, they still did it. I mean, they did obviously a vinyl first, and then it became CD. A lot of them are on streaming, I think.
I'm gonna admit to you though, Ian, I'm not a massive fan of some of those songs that they released on that first one. So
oh God, no!
I love Phil Collins. Phil Collins is amazing, but "You Can't Hurry Love" is not one of his best songs. It was very commercial.
I had 2 Phil Collins albums on vinyl, and I gave them away. That's how much I like Phil Collins.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I followed Peter Gabriel more than I followed Phil Collins.
Me too. Yeah. I had the first 3 Peter Gabriel albums. Still have them. Yeah.
Yeah. So when Genesis broke up, I went down the Peter Gabriel route. I still love
Me too.
Phil Collins, but yeah, keep going in.
The Now series was always within the top 40s of the charts at the time.
Sorry, say that again, Darren. I missed that. Sorry.
I said the Now series was mainly tracks from the top 40 in the charts.
It was, yeah. It was, yeah, and that was its big selling point, because prior to that, you had sort of those fake ones in the sort of early 70s, right the way through to the early 80s, where they'd have the top 40 songs were actually played by not the original artist over here, which was just a ridiculous thing.
And then the Now series came out. It was like a double CD or a double vinyl.
Oh no!
When people do that.
It's like one of it's like one of those synthesizer albums that you bought, which it didn't have Jean-Michel Jarre, it didn't have Vangelis, and it didn't have, but they were their songs done by some naff cover guy.
Actually, I saw an album I was in the Oxfam in Wells. Has got a really good music and bookshop, and I was looking at the vinyl records, and they had a Moog album from the early 70s. I thought, oh, that looks interesting. Great cover, fantastic cover. But then I looked at all the tracks on it, and it was all like really crap pop hits from the early 70s, like cheapy whatever, these sort of really, there wasn't any decent songs on it, so I have to say I didn't buy it. Now we jump to 1997. Perfect Day was performed by various artists here in the UK, very UK centric, this, apologies. Originally written and recorded by Lou Reed, right? And it was a fundraiser for the BBC Children in Need. What they didn't know is that Perfect Day was about heroin addiction and scoring heroin.
It was written by Lou Reed. Come on.
It was. That has to be. Yeah. That has to be the BBC's biggest.
Friggin' Laurie Anderson's husband.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely, yeah.
Get on with it, guys.
And then we had 2000. We had Chuck Berry's longtime piano player Johnny Johnson sued Chuck Berry, allegedly that he'd wrote most of the music for 52 of Chuck Berry's classics. Now, he didn't win the lawsuit because it was kicked out because the statute of limitation in the States had run out. But it's well known that all of those great melodies that Chuck Berry songs, like Maybelline and all those great songs, was actually, they started on Johnny Johnson's piano. So, he was done out of the royalties forever, really, Bigger news in 2001. Poor old George Harrison passed away of lung cancer.
Yeah, that was sad.
It was only 58, and let's face it,
he's only a little bit older than me.
Yeah, some great songs, not apart from what he did in the Beatles, but he did some of his solo stuff is really good.
Like My Sweet Lord was such a big song.
My Sweet Lord's a great song. Yeah. I know there was the stuff about being ripped off from what they call them, but that that's all in the past. But I think his first album was an electronic Synthesizer album, which is it's avant-garde, it's weird, but it's definitely worth a listen.
Yeah, that's really good. That album. That's really good album.
It is really good. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. I've already listened to it on
typical guitarist,
on
isn't
Apple
it?
Music.
Typical guitarists. They love their synths. You know.
Yeah.
It's very common.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the Traveling Wilburys is probably my favourite George Harrison little sort of journey.
I never got into that at all, really. I mean, it's a super group, wasn't it? Because you've got
it was a super group. I mean, you had
good songs, but...
Roy Orbison in it. You know, you had that
I
was
know.
crazy.
Yeah, the Orb,
yeah.
The Orb.
I mean, you think about that: George Harrison,
That could get confusing.
Tom Petty, friggin' Roy Orbison.
Yeah. I love Tom Petty.
And who was the other dude?
They had. Well, Jim Kiltner was the drummer, but he wasn't actually in the band, was he? It was they had. Somebody in the chat will tell us.
Yeah.
The other Will was.
There was someone on keys too, wasn't there? Someone on keys too.
Oh, I don't know.
I forgot who it was.
I know. I listened to that first album. Thought, yeah, it's all right. It wasn't really my bag.
It was very commercial.
You know,
very commercial.
it was. Yeah. Then we jumped to 2005. Again, sorry, very UK centric. We had a thing called Pop Idol.
Remember that?
And the creator of Pop Idol, he did eventually end up in America as American Idol. So Simon Fuller, he sued the guy who came up with X Factor, which is Simon Cowell. Boo his. But the court case was settled before it got to court. And what happened is that Simon Fuller became a joint partner in X Factor.
Yeah.
And then it also meant that Simon Cowell then went off and had to do 5 seasons of the American Idol.
American Idol, yeah.
So, yeah,
and he didn't like it. He didn't like it.
No,
didn't want to be.
I mean,
there.
I did watch the original series of Pop Idol.
Yeah, the biggest carrot up his ass, didn't he?
I certainly never did watch American Idol or X Factor.
I watched American Idol. The first. I think I watched the first year. Definitely watched the first year.
Sky did. This was probably about 2008. Sky did a one year run off called Must Be the Music, which we actually were in it. Kate and the Questions, the band I was in, were in it. The panel was Dizzy Rascal, Charlene Spiteri from Texas, and Jamie Cullum. And I remember having a stand-up row with Dizzy Rascal on stage.
Wow.
And I'm going, you were clearly not your demographic, mate. Who the hell do you think you are? It was a bit of a
dirty,
it was never shown.
Bass.
It was never shown, which is such a shame. It was such a shame. I would have loved to see it on television.
It's one of my favourite songs, actually.
You know.
Fantastic.
Also this day, 2007, Control, the biopic about Joy Division singer Ian Curtis.
Yeah.
If you've never seen it, it's a great movie.
Watch the movie.
It's absolutely brilliant.
It's got David Bowie in it.
It has, and there's
the Killers.
Soundtrack's got the Killers and New Order are on the soundtrack. And obviously New Order.
Oh yeah, Bernard's in it. Yeah.
But it's a really cheap film. It only cost $3 million to make, which is peanuts, really.
It's a great
film. Quality.
It's a really good film.
And Anton Colbert filmed it, didn't he? Yeah, definitely worth seeing if you've never seen it. Also, same year, 2007, Morrissey tried to sue the NME because the magazine had criticised him basically saying that Britain had lost its identity due to the high level of immigration. So there we go. Yeah. Well, he said, wouldn't he? Morrissey has said an awful lot of things that are just as bad.
No, Morrissey likes to get in a fight, doesn't he? Don't you reckon?
He's
just a fighter.
Yeah,
he's a fighter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He says some absolute rubbish.
Imagine being in a room with him and Johnny Marr, hey? Imagine.
Actually, the book The Severed Alliance is definitely worth a read.
Yeah.
About their relationship. Yeah, it's a really, really good book. I've got a copy of that. And last but not least, we're almost up to date. 2023, Taylor Swift, bless her, is Spotify, most streamed global artist in the year with 26.1 billion streams.
Surprise.
Now I wonder whether what her royalty rates on that 26.1 billion streams are. Anyway, that's it. That's everything. There's a few other little bits and pieces, but
she probably made a father, yeah.
There was a few other bits and pieces, but nothing.
It's just
else
content, mate. It's just content.
Yeah. It's all just content.
It's just content. Yeah.
So that's it.
Yay.
That's what's happened on this day. But
hold on.
Wendy Wu gets the gold star as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yes.
I'm still scratching my head about
lovely alliteration.
Obviously, she wasn't born Wendy, was she? Because Wendy is a name that was actually
Wendy. Well, Wendy Cruz was originally.
It was okay. So Wendy was a name invented by Walt Disney.
Yeah, but
he actually invented it. Okay. Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Peter Pan, I think, was where he invented it. Right?
It's not short for anything, is it? Wendy. Yeah.
There you go. But really good. Love it. Fantastic. Well done.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. What can we do next? I think we can do the third and everyone's favourite prize watch. Now I don't even know if I've got the websites up. I probably don't need them. We'll see how we go. Oh, someone needs to pop in the corner there. That one.
QX3.
Yeah, the Yamaha QX3, which is actually what's a recorder, right?
Yeah,
it's a recorder. And what I love about these old products is, like, imagine data entering on this thing. I mean, this is a musical. Yeah. This is a musical sort of notation. Yeah. It's like, it needs a little paper roll at the back so it can spit out some accountant data.
But when you think about it, isn't that what live coding is now? People doing live coding of music.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of the same thing.
We've not really moved on, have we? Cause,
don't kill it for me, Chris. You just killed it for me.
Sorry.
Stop. All right, shall we have a look on eBay? This one is actually live. By the way, guys, just a reminder, if you're watching this, all the Price Watch stuff is in the blog article, which is on Ranzee.com. You'll see all the these are all. So I'm kind of hovering around eBay a little bit more, because I kind of feel like there's more of a chance of it being a really crazy price, and there's also more of a chance of it being a scam. It's not a dig at eBay in any way, but it just seems to be that has a bit more volatility there. Okay, now let's go across to here. We can have a look at some photos. Screen works, it's always a good thing. But look at these keys. Have a look down below the screen and you can see the keys, right? How it's got all the different notations and the shift and the functional notations it's got on there. It's crazy the amount of effort that Yamaha have put into that, the QX3. Floppy drive. Look at the connectivity on the back. So the recording side of it, you could record to tape, and you could play it back into tape as well, and you could also bring a click track through on this thing as well. It's really cool. It snapshots you to, a part of history, if that makes sense, of how music was done, in a certain period.
It's very much the shape of the Oasis MMT8s.
Yeah.
Same sort of shape.
It was probably the same chassis, Daren.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought the MMT8 was narrow. Maybe I'm thinking of the HR16.
It's
definitely
similar.
Yeah. Anyway, next one is this. This is kind of the weird and wacky theory board. Theory board. I'll get to say that correctly in a sec. The THY333, the MIDI controller. I think Andy might have had one of these, or has one of these. The theory board.
Andy would have probably had one of these.
Anyway, 550 Aussie. This one is actually located in Balmain in New South Wales. Big hello to everyone on that part of Australia. We do have the auction here. Let's go check it out. There is a nice little photo here of it in action. So that's kind of when you turn it on, then what you get. So, chord progressions, anyone?
Yeah.
I remember learning it at school,
I
and
see.
I'm just.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, do you remember? You guys remember the notation? I mean, look, I'm not going to profess that I know a lot about music theory because I don't. It's probably the shittiest
Rudimentary at best.
Yeah, but
That's
I do
what I like to
remember
say.
learning the notations with the Roman, the Roman letters, the I, the I, the I, V, right? And you had then you had the little, the lowercase version of that, and then you had to understand what that meant. And I remember doing an exam, and I completely ballsed it up. Yeah, I got it all wrong.
Oh God, I must have done that. That's all gone out of my head.
Yeah, and I remember the teacher saying to me, Didn't you study this?
I had a great excuse. I had a great excuse. It's like, oh, hang on, he's a percussionist.
I like it.
So they didn't expect much from me.
Well, anyway, that's the theory board, and like I said, I haven't seen one of those for sale. Probably on the pricey side. I'm not really sure what they're worth though, to be honest. I never really got into it. This particular one coming up now, I think there's a few people that lick their lips about this, and that is the EMU XK6, which is the extreme, right? Now the EMU XK6, this particular one has no ROM cards in it, so you're probably going to have to get yourself those. Which is a problem because you probably need the ROM cards for it to actually work with sounds and things like that. But anyway, let's have a look at some pictures. Andrew Longhurst would be all over this. Good on Andy. Look at the colour scheme on this, baby. Hey,
Are those keys yellow, or is it just the rest of it? So
the key's cracked. That key down the bottom there is cracked. Which I don't like to see because it means that
it's been dropped.
This thing's had something dropped on it, or it's been dropped. And it's also looks like it's had a key replaced as well. Or maybe that's what they.
There's one at the end.
Where's the cracked one? Oh, there are cracked ones there. So why didn't they replace that as well?
And the one at the top's been replaced as well.
Good enough.
Yeah. The politician. Few scratches on the bottom too. There's the cards that you have to put in this thing. So the cool thing about this, right? This is kind of a little similar to the way the Roland JV series synths were working, right? So you get the sound ROM cartridges.
Yeah. Kind
of different again because the EMU ecosystem is actually really cool. It's kind of because it's the guys were kind of like computer scientists that were making the EMU stuff, right? And they really knew their shit. They knew their music stuff, and they knew their programming, and they knew the digital development. It was actually cutting edge for the day, and it probably still is to a degree. But anyway, these ROM cartridges, you put them in, and you don't have to put them all in. You can just put one in, or you can fill it up. It was kind of it was a bit of collect them all. I feel like that was kind of the whole idea. So you did have to sort of do this. You did have to do that. But the manipulation of the ROM cartridges when it was in this was kind of the interesting thing that this was bringing to the table anyway. That's kind of why I was going with it. Anyway, that's the EMU XK6 Extreme. Sometimes when I do the price watch segment, I really, really want to play the sounds of some of these bits of gear, but you can't risk it on a YouTube channel because you're going to get a copyright claim from someone. So anyway, I think it's the last, is this. There's actually 2 units of the same thing here. These are the Kanawha K4R. These are like a digital rack system.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of trying to remember, I think were these 90s or were these maybe a bit before, I'm not sure. But I do remember thinking to myself at the time that they were like sought after for people that wanted to have, in the day, not now, but in the day, they wanted to have more realistic sounds available, at their fingertips. And because Kanawha were always big on, sort of acoustic piano sounds, and that was kind of their world, right? So this one is $544 US. It's in I think most particular ones in Sri Lanka. So I don't know if we get many people from Sri Lanka watching the show, but big hello to you if you are, and do leave us a comment in the video below if you got this part and you're thinking to yourself, wow, cool, something from Sri Lanka. What can I tell you? There's it's on eBay. It's on eBay, and we can check it out. You get 2 units for that price too, by the way. He does say in his listing that he's not sure about some things about it, so you might want to go check the details of this. Anyway, for me, it was more interesting about the actual modules themselves and what they actually deliver. So they're 18-bit digital synthesizer modules. And 16-bit, or did I say 18-bit? I meant to say 16-bit. So they have you put the cards in them on the left, and the cards would have the sound modules in them. I think this guy said that he doesn't have the cards, but
another one without the cards.
Yeah, another one without the cards. But this one is pretty important to have the cards, because I don't think this does jack shit without the cards.
Doesn't have that.
Yeah, you've got some black 19-inch rack gear that does absolutely nothing without the cards. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, the K4 doesn't need cards, just for storage and stuff.
Oh, it's just for storage? Okay, so
I have the K4 keyboard.
It was probably the EMU then. G'day, Andy, by the way.
It's like a poor man's D50. There's the K1 and the K4.
Yeah, but they had some interesting. I do remember them saying something about some interesting sounds on the Kanawhas.
They're very nice, yeah.
They were really high end. Like people.
And it had a resonant filter. The K1 didn't have a resonant filter, so.
I don't know if I'd spend $544 US. You do get 2 though, so you can halve it maybe. I'm not sure. And then the postage from Sri Lanka would be insane, I'm guessing.
If you're really crazy, they made a custom MIDI controller for the K4s with sliders and stuff. It was kind of cool. I have that as well.
Yeah. You just missed the one we had before, Andy. We had the EMU XK6 Extreme before.
Yeah. The keyboard version of the command station, basically.
Yeah. And I was just saying to the boys, and Andrew Longhurst would have been all over that.
Oh, for sure.
He loves.
I've only seen one in the wild, actually. They're not common, especially these days.
Yeah, so that one you're looking at for the Extreme, it was only $385 US, and it is located in California too. So El Cajun in California.
Even bands like Tangerine Dream was using these in the K1 a lot, which you think, they have so much gear that's much fancier and stuff, but they like some of the sounds on these. So
yeah, absolutely. Anyway, Andy's here, so we're going to say g'day to Andy, and we're going to get stuck into the rest.
Sorry.
That's all right. There he is. Put him up in the corner.
Good day, Andy.
Shovel. I got a 1.5 hour nap, so I'm okay. So.
Yeah, we had a busy night work-wise. Andy sent me a message through earlier saying that. Yeah. Awesome.
Good to see you, mate. Good to see you.
Good to see you,
guys.
definitely. Now, what are we going to do next? We are going to do the 3rd clue for the quiz, because Andy's just in time for that. Andy, sorry you missed out on the first 2, but don't worry about it.
It's okay. I always get it wrong anyway.
He'll get it on this one.
The moment that I put this clue up,
Polybox, that was,
guys, watch chat. Honestly, the moment that I put this clue up, everyone will get it right. This is literally the giveaway clue. No, it's not a typo.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not a typo.
Yeah, I know what that is.
So guys, jump in.
TB303.
Put your answers in the chat. You watch chat. You watch it. Look at Wagoo.
I think Wagoo's already got it. I can't see chat yet. I'm bringing up the chat now.
He's like Commander Data. Accessing.
I do want to show you this synth though, because
oh yeah,
it's, I don't know, some people don't know about it. I mean, I remember when I first learnt about this particular synth, I was really intrigued with it. I'm going to wait for Daren to come back. I'm not going to show it until Daren comes back because, yeah. Come on, guys, put your guesses in. Timberwolf Roz, come on.
Go on, I'm still listening.
All right, you're back. Okay, I'm going to reveal the answer of the synth quiz. Okay, here we go. Yeah. And yes, Woogu was correct. It is the Hartmann Neuron.
I had the VS version. I can't afford the big fancy one.
Now, the Hartmann Neuron is this thing.
Whoa.
Right. And if you've never ever seen one of these, for the first time you're seeing it, right? On the left-hand side, by the way, see how on the right-hand side it's got that chunk of wood, okay?
Yeah.
On the left-hand side is all the connections to the synth. Yeah, this thing is bonkers, eh? But
it's the first synth to have built-in surround sound too. It's 5.1.
Yeah, it's actually yeah. But it's got some interesting things, like for example, the where's my notes again? Hang on. Where are we? Where's my synth quiz thing? So the silver. Why did I lose that graphic? The word silver actually refers to the filter section on it.
It's part of the effects, actually.
Let me see if I can. Let's go to this. See if I can zoom in on this thing for you. Position.
So that one in the middle with the little joystick, one of those joystick sections, that's the little puck that's in the VS version.
So there's
also acts as a dongle.
Can you guys see that? How it says silver, and you've got filter, cut off, resonance. See that?
Nice.
It's so cool. Okay. Then you had the resonator. You got slicer. You've got there's the resonators. There's the two resonators there. They're your oscillators. Bonkers synth, isn't it? Complete bonkers, right? Blenders there, which is the blend between the two. So they're your three clues that you saw. Dead giveaway for anyone who knows the synth. Cool. Yeah.
The problem is this one had stick recording, and when the software version, the company died before they ever finished the stick recording. So that's the one thing you can't do in the VS. Which sucks because you have multiple stick things you could record. It would be really nice to have that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, well done to Wags. He probably feels relatively chuffed now that he's got the quiz right. Did I get it? Did anyone get it before him, or he was pretty much the first one, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure. Oh, by the way, if you guys wonder, go after this show, go and Google, YouTube, whatever you call it, search for Hartmann Neuron synth demos, and there's some really interesting stuff. You'll actually enjoy it.
I've done some YouTube tracks with it as well, so if you guys want to hear other demos.
Do you have one, do you?
I have the VS, the little puck version with the software.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I still use it on my Mac.
The little VS is
it's all that is. The keyboard is a computer with that in it.
Yeah.
So,
but it's just so hard to use without.
You got to jump. There's the puck has the selector button, and you jump between resonator mode, silver mode, and like some extra settings.
Yeah.
So it's like tunk to toggle.
Yeah. Guys, let's stamp this out so we can get into the show. And I do want to try a new feature out on YouTube, which that they've given us now, and that is we can actually start a Q&A, and we can just say, ask us anything, and we can start the Q&A in the YouTube chat. Done. There it is. Ask us anything. I actually have never used this feature before, so we'll see what happens. Move your mouse over. Cool. And I can end it whenever I want. You guys can keep that going. I can jump back into top chat, live chat, while that's going. Okay, yeah, it pops up at the top. There you go. So see how that goes. Yeah. How many people? We've got about 50 people currently on the channel right now. So cool. Now, Saturday Sonority is that. Now, let me, before you guys can think about what you want to ask, I wanted to quickly share with you the little journey I had with the Noodler during the week. I mentioned to you guys before that.
I missed that. I did the update.
I did the update in there. So everything.
I didn't update mine.
Everything's in there. Now, the old Noodler is in the box here. I just want to show you. So you actually, the video will be out soon. Don't worry, you get to see the whole lot. But they gave me new knobs, everything, and I'll tell you why in a sec. So because I've got a fairly old Noodler one, but that's the old Noodler there, literally there, the screen, everything. So you're just literally getting the whole board, and the chassis is basically just a shell. There's nothing in it. So all the gut, all the brains, everything are in that. Now,
is it a major upgrade?
A major upgrade, because it's pretty much an entire new, unit.
New
inside.
features, new everything.
Everything, yeah.
Okay.
The firmware's changed, everything's changed. Now, I just want to show you, they gave me these new knobs. See, they've got the little Y-man knobs now.
Oh, yeah.
So, and they've also got nice little sort of tactile, grip on them as well. Whereas the old knobs were these very smooth, generic things before. So that was kind of a nice touch. They stickers, everything. On the back as well, I got to put stickers on the back. So I got to put the Noodler 2 sticker on the back and the new engineering sticker on that side there, which I've done that way. Upside down, all the electrons are falling out. There we go. So there's the new engineering sticker that they give you. So you get to put stickers on there. It's like the old days in the 80s when we used to put stickers on our skateboards. How cool is that when you're putting stickers on stuff?
You, maybe.
Anyway, okay, that was one thing I wanted to sort of share with you guys. The other thing too is you guys know that I've updated Ableton to Ableton 12.
Oh,
and
nice.
Things breaking.
Oh.
Things are breaking.
So
all of my Arturia plugins, I want to share it with you guys, including Pigments, right? Now there is a fix for this, so don't worry, it's not going to be forever. I actually have to just delete a database file in a folder somewhere. I haven't got around to doing it yet. It's not hard to do. Apparently it's on their support knowledge base. Okay, so it's a known thing with Ableton 12. Yes. Let's go across to the Mac.
Familiar.
Share it with you guys. This is what happens. So I've got Pigments loaded here. I'll just launch it for you guys. Hey, look at that brand new version of Pigments, right? If I click on the library, nothing there. No patches at all. Completely empty.
Yeah, I can see that.
Crickets. In fact, let's do the crickets. That's how many patches are in there. Crickets. Indeed. So there is a fix to this. If you guys are interested, there is a fix, and I'll share you the link in a sec. I'll just chuck it in the YouTube chat in a sec. Basically, you go into your Mac. This is for Mac. M Max, so M1 and above, right? And you delete a database file, and then when you restart your computer, relaunch your DAW, and you relaunch one of these VSTs or AUs or whatever you want to use, it will then automatically
recreate
them. And the patches will come back.
Is it an Ableton database file or a Arturia database file? Do you remember?
I can't remember. But I'll get you the link.
Just curious.
And that may actually help answer the question. Missing presets, cannot browse presets. It's actually in their support database thing. Okay, so you have to delete a db3 file. It's called db.db3 file, and it's actually located on the Mac, and it actually applies to Windows too, I believe. So on the Mac, it's in library /Arturia/preset. Look, why don't we do this now? Why can't we do this? Let's see if this actually works.
It's Arturia's.
I can't restart my Mac, but you never know. If I'm restarting the DAW, let's just see if I have to restart the Mac first. I may not be able
Let's
to.
do it. Let's go for it.
Once the DB3 file is deleted, the preset list should update on the next software opening. Okay, cool. So let's go into here. Let me get Finder open. Window.
Wouldn't it be fun if he deletes the files and delete the file and stream disappears?
Connect to folder. we're going to go slash library. Oops, wrong slash. Library slash Arturia. And then slash presets. Okay, let me share the screen with you guys. I've got there now, so I don't have to show you guys all my personal files. And then you go into here and you find the db.db3.
db3.
I think I've just seen it.
Yeah, you've gone past it, I think.
There it is there. So you go into this file here, db.db3, and you delete it. Now, do I want to delete it?
Always thinking.
Or do I want to just
put it somewhere?
An old-fashioned
you're going to make it inactive.
hack?
Yes.
An old-fashioned hack.
Oh, that's nice. Windows usually says, "Are you sure you wish to change the name and type of this file? It may cause your system to become unstable."
Mac's a very unique.
You're telling me,
Linux-like.
Microsoft, you're unstable.
Hopefully that may be all I need to do. And what I might do is maybe I'll move it out into, say, another folder somewhere. Just
that's what I
move. Done. Cool. There we go. Sorted. Now what we'll do is we'll close Ableton down.
Yeah, I recommend it.
I won't show you guys that because I've got stuff running in the background. I'll close Ableton down. Don't save. Close it. Ableton shut down. And then I'll start Ableton 12 up again. And go back here again. You guys can see that again. So Ableton 12 is that, and we'll bring pigments back in because we did have pigments, so it's fair enough. We'll do the same thing. By the way, if you're looking at Ableton 12, one of the new features you get with Ableton 12, I've showed you guys this before. If you've got a whole bunch of VSTs, and say you want to go, I just want to use the AUs, you can actually filter it.
All the VST3s. Yeah.
And it's brilliant. So you can just do that, and it will just show you the AUs. So let's go to pigments. There it is, and just drop it in, and away we go. And let's hit. I don't know if this is going to work.
Yay!
All my presets are back. Fixed. There you go. So guys, if you have a problem with your presets in Ableton 12 with Arturia, and this actually, by the way, this preset problem was in every single Arturia synth. So to prove it, I'll do another one. I had let's do the Mini Freak. Right? Let's do the Mini Freak. Bring the Mini Freak in. Bang. Presets are back. Cool. So it solves the problem. And it was a fairly simple fix. So I'm going to share the link to the
that's good. Put it in Discord as well.
Knowledge base article. Yeah. So guys, if you're watching this on replay, there is the knowledge base article, and you guys want me to chuck it in Discord as well. I'll put it under general. No, computers and software. There we go. So Arturia.
How long did it take him to release that fix for it?
Arturia preset issue with Ableton 12. Bang. So it's in Discord now. Right. So there you go. That was my week. So Noodler, there's going to be some Noodler content about the Noodler upgrade. I actually did a live stream when I did the hardware change, and I'll just chop the video up and smooth it so it's not 30 minutes of me yapping. It'll probably be a lot quicker. And then Andy, there's no real gotchas with the hardware upgrade, but you may want to wait a couple of days before my video comes out.
Real quick, what was the reason to do it? Would you not like in the original, or you just want to see what's in the new one?
Okay, so there's two reasons. You're going to get the new Noodler 2 firmware, which has new features. Like, for example, it has a noise algorithmic generator, which changes the way your motive patterns work.
Like a sample and hold kind of thing.
Kind of a sample and hold type thing. And then they've got way more preset saving options because it's a newer processor. They actually have a Teensy 4.0 on there now. So, but moving forward with Noodler, they're going to keep progressing with this new hardware, and anyone with the old hardware is going to possibly, drop off the perch. What I would have
liked... Were there ever any updates for it though? I never did any updates, just software-wise. Would they?
There's firmware updates. Hell yeah, yeah. There's heaps of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm probably way behind on that too.
You probably are. But the other thing too is, we've got. If you get the upgrade, you're going to get a new board. But basically, without the board with this, box, you could probably get your old Noodler board and order a new box. Maybe probably wouldn't cost much to get the box, and then you'd have a Noodler 1 and a Noodler 2, if you wanted to look at it that way. Whether that's the thing.
That's cool.
There's nothing wrong with the Noodler 1. Still works.
Yeah. I love it. I just haven't used it for about 2 years or so, maybe more.
It's just the Noodler 2 will give you the future, right? So they're going to go down the path. They'll be coding on the Teensy platform, and the whole reason why they've done it, Andy, just because I know you're going to ask that question next, is because they couldn't get that chip anymore that they did the original Noodler on, and chip shortage issues. So Teensies seem to be a bit more plentiful. But then again, having said that, Chris, you and I both know that Teensy happened to fall off the cliff.
They went through a few iterations and removed supply and support for a particular version.
The 3.2.
And changed pin compatibility too.
Yep.
So, a bit naughty.
And it sucked because a lot of the Ornaments and Crime modules were on the 3.2 chip.
Yeah, it was
a
bit of a storm.
Yeah, a little perfect storm, just particularly for the Eurorack people. Yeah. It really made no difference to anyone else. Okay, ask us anything. Let's see if this has actually got anything in there. No one's asked us anything. No, cool. I'll keep an eye on it. Let me just double check that. Questions? No one's asked us a question in chat. It's sitting in there. If you guys want to do that, go for it. It's just there. I'm just trying out a new... It's actually kind of cool because I don't have to hunt for the question.
Yeah, exactly.
So it helps me as a show director, I guess you want to call it. So for me it was the Noodler, it was the Arturia, what was the other thing? And also the during the last 2 weeks, you guys would have noticed that I've been pumping out on the Ranzee.com website a whole bunch of... I told you guys this last time on the stream. There was a whole bunch of Black Friday deals that I was trying to get you guys as many... I kind of filtered them. Like, my inbox was like... I'm sure your inbox is the same, right? You probably got sick of deleting emails from people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Anyway, probably one of the big ones is if you live in the European countries, this is more for you guys, less so much for the US and Australian people, but Thomann have got their Cyber Week on right now, and look, that's going to be a pretty cool thing for people that are into Thomann stuff. So there's a link on my website to do that. So just head to my Ranzee.com website and go through there. Now the Thomann cyber deals really started like 2 days ago. They said it started on the 21st, but they really started 2 days ago. But there are some synths that are being discounted really, really heavily in there. And if you're living in that sort of European region, it's going to give you an opportunity to get some stuff cheap. And if you're not even after synth, you're after some of the other music stuff too. That was really the point.
And a few times I bought from Thomann, they had good prices anyway, so they're a good place to shop.
Yeah. Reverb has their 80%, their Black Friday 80%, and there's like a whole bunch of deals on Reverb. Now, by the way, these two things that I'm showing you, they do have affiliate links through me, so you don't pay for anything extra, but it does give you the benefit of giving some sort of support to the show. So there is a bit of a kickback for me to show you this. Full disclosure. And if you guys don't like that, if that's something that kind of upsets you, just remember that I don't get paid, neither does Chris, neither does Ian, neither does Andy, neither does Daren. We don't get paid to do this show. We just do it out of love. So we're just gonna try and keep the show running. We've got to pay some bills to do it. That's kind of the thing. And it almost feels like, I don't like ever feeling like this, but I don't like.
Yeah,
feeling...
I've put my lights on, and I don't often do that.
I noticed that it gets brighter than usual in there. Look at that.
Yeah,
It's dark. No, I get you. Get your Ranzee. It's I don't mind seeing people do that because it's fully disclosed. You're being honest.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so many people do affiliate links, and really, where's the harm? Like
harm.
especially it depends. I guess it depends a bit on what's being, what's being affiliated. If it's something that's you think, oh, that's kind of opinion or could be paid, publicity or something. But when it's usually something they've already reviewed or weeks before or something like that, or it's just something which is like you always have it on the show anyway. You give it airtime. I think it's fine.
yeah.
It's
I
only
worked
if
hard
you
to get
start
those
doing-
links. My channel's too
it's if
wimpy
you
to
start-
get links,
yeah.
so
Yeah, well, the other thing too is,
If you can get 'em.
we show, like Waldorf, we showed their protein synth today. They never asked us to show it. They're not giving us any kickbacks to show it. They're getting a massive benefit from it because there's, on average, there's between 500 and 1,000 people that will view this show in the next 24, 48 hours. So, that you got to remember, you can't use.
And they've already got 4 of us possibly wanting to buy one.
Well, you can't use the same theory, Daren. You know how we look at the famous YouTubers, like the guy that Mr. Big, whatever his name is, the guy that gives everyone money. All these famous YouTubers.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast, that's
Mr.
it.
Beast.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
yes.
So you're getting, they get millions and millions of views for their stuff because it's mainstream. Synthesizers is a really, really niche, really like micro niche area. To get 1,000 people looking at, like, you look at Sonic State, that's probably the biggest show. They might get 2,500 to 3,000 views. When you think about it, it's not like a massive amount of people that are looking at that.
I imagine
week.
Alex Ball and Dr. Mix getting big views and getting affiliate links as well. So
Yeah. So it's very niche, and the people that are watching these shows are the people that literally are interested in this stuff. So it's very direct for them. So it's good for companies like Waldorf to get that sort of free airplay. Free advertising for them. Just like Noodler before, Conductive Labs, they were getting free advertising. They've got a new synth out called the Terrain synth. So I could stop
Did my
advertising
question
stuff
come
for
through,
free.
by the way?
Oh, did you do it in the chat, Daren?
I tried to, yeah. I'm doing it off the iPad, so I don't know.
Answer questions live. I can't see it in this little thing unless it's got some sort of.
Because I typed it in and it didn't come up on the live chat, it disappeared, so I presumed it went into ask us any question. I don't know where it's gone. It's not showing up anywhere.
No, it's not showing up in there.
That's weird.
Does someone else want to try it out? I don't know if this is like a glitch in the platform.
Yeah, I'll try it.
I'm using iPad, so I don't know if that's the reason. But it didn't come up on the chat. You'd have thought it'd come up on just in the general chat if it didn't go up there.
Here we go. I got one here from James. Did you guys get anything from the BF sales? There you go. That's the first question I got from James. Andy's.
Yeah. No. I'll answer that quite quickly. I didn't.
did not either.
I did. Just pigments
Can I show?
so far.
Can I show the question?
We don't get.
No, it
Can't
just
see it on the iPad.
it just puts it in a little box for me. That's all right. I don't mind. There's Andy Synchrotrons asked, do you guys use the dope for A180-9 or similar to link your eurorack cases? Is that the one that's got the
I have that
Ethernet?
little pass through.
The Ethernet thing?
Yeah, the little RJ45 connector.
RJ,
Those are
RJ45,
awesome. You get two in the box. You get two modules and then the cables. So they're excellent.
Okay.
I have a third case I could add one to, but I don't want to carry 3 cases to a venue. So
the only issue I've got with linking eurorack cases is you've got to be careful of introducing any sort of either impedance, ground loop noise, or any other type of RF type noise between, because if when you think about it, you've got 2 separate cases. They're going to have separate power supplies. If you're plugging them into a different power board or a different power outlet in your room, in your synth studio, you are potentially looking at introducing some sort of noise, and it depends.
I've had zero issues with any of that, but the problem, and I'm using even long cables sometimes to go between them. So if you count the length of the module going to the group module, and then the other side and back to the other side, and all that cable length, even with the long cables, I've never had any problems.
Well, I read they can do up to 150 meters.
Yeah, I believe it.
Which is pretty insane.
The problem is keeping track of, it's nice to use different colors for that case, especially because you gotta trace it later. Sometimes you gotta fix a bad link.
Yeah.
In transit, I'm like, oh shit, where is it again? It's like, can be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But it is so cool to be able to pull the RJ45 on either end, put your cover on, and not even think about it.
What sort of connections are you getting with that? Though, what sort of connections? Is it just audio connections?
You get, I think it's you get whatever. So it's just the mini jack. It's like I think it's 18 mini jack connectors per side or something like that.
Right.
So yeah, you're gonna fill up quickly if you're using a lot of routing between, because I try to organize my modules as best I can, but sometimes there's an effects zone over here and effects zone over there, and if I'm routing effects to this thing and that thing and that thing, it can be pretty busy sometimes, and I can run out of jacks really quickly. So I have to be clever when I use that system, because I try to get at least 4 or 5 voices per performance.
Yeah.
And with effects and with other routing things to think about and controls and all that, man, that thing fills up quickly. So it's cool, but they could have made it a little bit wider potentially. I like the fact that it's narrow because I was low on space. They could have made it a little bit wider, added like a few more jacks, would have been nice,
I generally get away without having to do the routing stuff. To a degree, like I've got cables going across the 2 cabinets just here, just literally just because they're next to each other. It's no big deal to sort of drag a longer cable and put it across. But I generally speaking, like you said, Andy, the routing is usually more if you've got effects, and I get around that because I put my effects modules all piped into the mixer modules that I've got, and then
for sure.
Then I
the only strong use case for that thing is for EMOMs. Or whatever, some remote thing.
Yeah.
You don't need it if you have a giant setup like you have it at home. You just need it for getting everything together. Okay, cool, it's working. Disconnect, covers on, off the cases go. Don't even think about it unless you jostled something.
Yeah, it's a practicality thing.
Yeah. Because I've done it without those modules. That's why I desperately wanted those. And boy, I had to unplug a bunch of stuff, put little tape with labels on it, and remember which ones to plug in when I get to the gig when you have like 10 minutes to set up. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Not fun at all.
All right. Cool. Steve Smith says in the Ask Us Anything thing that the question box is not working on Edge. Who uses Edge? Steve, what are you doing with that Microsoft crap? What are you doing?
I'm in Edge. We're watching the chat right now.
The only time Edge opens is if every other browser fails on something, so I'll try it on Edge. Or I clicked on somewhere on the screen to unlock my computer, and it says, "Oh, you want to view about the latest history and where this picture was taken?" And no, I don't. And it just opens Edge with the 20 or 30 times I've done that. So just all these tabs showing the same picture.
Well, Edge on Windows is good.
Well, you've
I haven't used it on
accidentally
Mac.
pressed enter.
And Edge gives you the Copilot, which gives you free DALL-E and some of those other, if you like to use the AI graphics tools, you can go into Copilot and use that for free. It doesn't use up any tokens.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I just Microsoft 365, is it 365? Microsoft 360.
Yeah,
Anyway, we have a
365,
home
yeah.
license. Yeah, we have a home license for that, and they conned us into paying for the AI without us realising we were paying for the AI. And the Australian Consumer Affairs got rather annoyed about that and prosecuted them, and they will be prosecuted. It hasn't come to court yet. But Microsoft have very sensibly sent us all a thing saying, you can go back to the old price. It's easy. You just have to follow these instructions, and we'll give you the refund for the money, the difference. And you won't have any access to Copilot, but, you know, it's a major loss. You're really going to miss it. It's like, didn't want it in the first place, guys. I did make a point of trying it out on some actual work to say, okay, could you give me a summary of this user manual for the CM402? And it sort of went, it's a document.
It's rubbish. I'll tell you what.
Okay,
Chris,
this is the shit one.
The
Google one's better, isn't
if you want to be impressed, compared to that, literally the opposite is Gemini. Go try Gemini.
I have a friend
insanely
who's
good.
been, I have a friend that's been espousing the virtues of Gemini. He
With-
gives me
with,
practical examples, which is pretty cool.
With my work,
You have to pay a bit though.
we've got a full-on, high-end business account with Google. So we get Gmail, we get all the Google Docs, we get Gemini, we get the Gemini Pro,
Oh, nice.
and it's all included. It's all included in the user pricing, right? You get Google storage of photos and media and all sorts of crap. Anyway, Google Drives, the whole thing's included. And then so I noticed, because I've used Gmail for years, but I noticed that the little polish thing started to appear, and lots of people use Gmail. And I think most people get the new polish thing. If you've never ever tried it, it's good fun. So when you're typing an email out, hit the polish button and just see how crap we are at writing stuff, and now how much it improves the way you write stuff. Sometimes it doesn't get it right, but that's kind of like your first little insight into how these new language AI tools are coming into things. But
Grammarly is good though, even without AI. Just using Grammarly.
Grammarly is good. But the Gemini thing is actually really interesting because I use it quite a lot because it's actually pretty accurate. Now, one thing I'll say is any AI stuff that you do use to speed your day up, you've got to check it. You can't just go, okay, cut and paste that, it's done. You need to put your eyes across it. Yeah. No matter how much you think you can trust it, it will screw up something somewhere. That's just how
treat
it is.
it as an.
And obviously, you don't use it for proprietary work stuff. Yeah, it's not secure. So.
Well, yeah,
you must treat it like a cadet or something.
But no, Andy, Gemini can be used securely.
I mean, you could sandbox it, right, or something.
Yeah, no, Gemini can be used securely. There's ways. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that, but there is ways you can. So corporations are talking with Google on how to do that. So there's ways to do it. Anyway, so yeah, as a contrast, Copilot versus Gemini, it's really like Copilot's like this toddler in the corner with some crayons. That's what
it's sad though. Apple was trying to do one of those
impression.
things, and they ended up going with one of those other existing ones because they couldn't come up with one they were satisfactory with. So
yeah, there's a couple of Chinese ones that are definitely interesting. I think the blue, what is that blue one called? Blue something or other. It's free. Now you got to be careful with the Chinese ones for free because it's a bit like Temu. Once you tell them that you want to have their product, they'll take all your secrets. But yeah, the Chinese one's quite good. It's for if you want to be careful about it, you can do it through a VPN and run it on a sandbox or something and play with it that way. It's good fun. ChatGPT is obviously the famous one that everyone talks about. And ChatGPT's kind of got a few different flavors to it. So if you're just using the free one, it's pretty crap. It'll probably give you one good round of stuff, and then it starts to sort of, it's almost like leading you down the garden path of, hey, you should upgrade. You should give us some money and upgrade to our premium products.
I found the standard one's no good for images at all.
Yeah.
You know, it did a reasonable job when I was asking it to transcribe what Jane and I had said on a video into a sort of a theatre review, and it did those pretty well when we in August when we were doing the Ed Fringe. But trying to get it to do any image stuff was just terrible.
So for
and
me,
limiting.
For me, I got a couple of rules, right? Number one is unless it's a complete laugh and piss take like the intro to my show, which it is, I will never use AI to generate music ever. Under my label, under my name, it will never. No. It will never have AI generated music in it.
Sure.
Right. That's the first.
Don't
one.
use Spotify. They have tons of AI garbage.
Don't use Spotify.
I don't use Spotify.
Yeah.
I don't use them.
Yeah.
My music
Stealing
is
from
on
artists
Spotify.
to make new music.
I'm happy. I'm happy to give them my content, but I don't.
They probably made some new music from your music. They're data mining big time on there. So
yeah,
they are.
The other
stealing
thing,
your ideas.
The other thing I would like to see AI do, or robotics and AI and mechanics and things like that, is I'm a really big backer of things that make our lives better. Like, for example, make a robot that can tidy the house after the kids leave their shit everywhere. Do all the shit jobs, do our laundry, put away the dishes,
clean the kitchen floor.
Yeah,
there was
those things are what we need. Automation for. That's what we need.
There was a video that my youngest, who's really into AI, he sent me. It was a robot video of a robot trying to load a dishwasher as it stands now. And honestly, it was probably on YouTube, but just try and find it.
No, that's the Russian robot.
Is it?
Is it in a
it's
hurry?
Hilarious.
Yeah, it's
Russian.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Well,
wow.
No, there's
that one which
videos
slips on the floor.
Showing that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, it slips on the floor. Falls on the floor.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. That's the one I've seen.
Yeah. And it's because they also have the one that comes out on stage, which they're demonstrating their new. How can I put it? The new BattleBot, which comes out on stage. To the Eye of the Music. Have you seen? It's the Eye of the Tiger. Have you seen that one?
Not seen that one.
And it falls over. Oh, that was brilliant. It falls over and they try and hide it.
And then they pull over a sheet, to hide it.
They
did it to Asimov one time. Asimov fell on.
And the irony is, you're just thinking somebody's been sent to a gulag. Or shot. It's like. Oh,
but a very important statement to make is please don't use AI for history and science reference, because treat it like Wikipedia, because people are trying to get their facts from ChatGPT and it's garbage. It's got so many dates wrong and facts and figures wrong, and especially science stuff. Do a proper search engine search on and go to a trusted site. Don't go to some stupid AI thing.
I mean,
it's really making people
teaching kids. We need to be teaching kids in schools how to use it properly so that they don't plagiarize.
Yeah. That was another thing too. I heard a podcast recently where it was at it wasn't Stanford, but it was some major school where a bunch of people have been submitting stuff, and the schools are now paying for these search tools that search to see if you actually stole from the AI, ethos, and they basically all the students had at least a good portion of their paper or most of it in there. And so they said, okay, we don't want to bust anybody. Please resubmit it. We know what you guys are up to. They resubmit it with even more AI stuff. So schools are tracking that stuff now. Students aren't going to get away with that shit anymore,
So Andy was in the Ask Us Anything corner of the chat, and he's asked us a question about AI, and I think it's quite good. So his question is, can you use AI to get an idea of how to patch something up? And I had a little think about that, because I'm thinking, it's not a bad question. So one of the things you could do, for example, is I've got modular grid, right? And I'm trying to think, how am I going to get AI to understand what I want to ask them without having to go through some sort of convoluted preamble, which if you ever watch some of those videos on people who are teaching people how to be good at AI and get the best out of it, they just waffle so much crap into the text box before they even get it to ask a question. And the reason for that is because they have to tell AI a whole bunch of information,
context and stuff.
Context to what
they have to know which modules they have to really help.
Yeah,
right?
You have to chat. You can't ask it instructions. You've really got to chat with it.
Yeah,
that's why it's called a chat. You know.
Exactly.
Chat with me.
What I'm going to do is
understand your problem.
I'm going to grab a screen. This is not a very good example, but maybe we'll use this one. This is an old modular grid. I'll show you guys. I'll share it with you. So this is a modular grid module that I don't know when I put this thing together. It was ages ago. I probably don't even have some of these modules left anymore. I'm going to screen grab this. I'm going to get the Mac and I'm going to go Command-Shift-4 and I'll screen grab that like that. And then save that onto my computer. What I'll do next is I'm going to open up a Gemini dialog, right? So we'll go Gemini.google.com is the link if you're wondering. So when you go to Gemini, let's close my chats down. When you go, if you've never ever seen Gemini before, this is Gemini Pro, by the way. There's different versions of Gemini. You can see it says Gemini Pro up the top right hand corner. Okay. It keeps bloody telling me about Nano Banana. I'll talk about Nano Banana in a sec. Anyway, so what I can do now is I can add a file in here, right? I'll do that in a sec. I'm just going to get off camera. The upload, you select upload file. It opens up your dialog box and you've got your desktop. Can I get desktop here? Because it put the save thing on the desktop. There we go. All right, so it's uploading that. Here we go. You guys can see that now. I can zoom in for you guys. You can see the thumbnail of that screenshot that I just grabbed before. See how it's sitting in there? Yeah. So what we can do now is we can say to them, using the screenshot of a modular synthesizer system with specific modules shown, design an interesting but musical patch showing how to connect each module. I think that's a pretty good way of saying it. And then just hit enter and off she goes. Now I've never done this before, so this could be complete train wreck, but don't forget these AI systems know how to Google search. They know how to find answers with certain things like that. But it's interesting what it's saying here. It's saying orchestrating sound sources. It's telling me the buzzwords, detailing patch parameters. This will be really interesting to see what comes up. There we go. This is a fantastic high-powered eurorack system. You have a power couple for sequencing. The variegate, see, it's actually read the image. That's impressive. Yes, there is a variegate and voltage block on there. 2 legendary voice modules. It's got the Rings Rangoon and a massive effects section with the Strymon Magneto. However, I noticed one crucial challenge in this rack. There is no dedicated audio mixer. Because of this patch is designed as a stereo processing change, we will treat the Strymon Magneto as your final mixer output stage, feeding 2 distinct voice chains to its left and the right outputs to create a cohesive wide sound. Patch name. They've even named the patch. The Resonant Time Warp. A genre, a lo-fi ambient dub techno with a vibe of percussive metallic heartbeats surrounded by washing, evolving textures. Phase 1, the heartbeat. Clock and sync. Everything needs to move together. We'll use Pamela's new workout as the master's clock. All right, so I'm not going to go through this with you guys, but it's stepping me step by step by step by step by step through each of those modules and how to connect it up. That is impressive. I'll just go back. There is the screenshot here, right? That is impressive, actually. I don't know how good it got it, but let's go back to this.
It tends to have a lot of self-confidence.
Well, Gemini, I feel, is probably one of the better AI engines out there.
Well, yeah.
Just personally.
I expect so.
But there you go. It did.
That's what I've heard.
It did recognize the voltage block. It did recognize the variegate. It did recognize Pamela's U workout and the magneto there. And actually, the thing that really impressed me with that answer just then is it said Rangoon.
Where's your mixer?
It said Rangoon is a rings, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So that was really impressive. And then it's like you said, Chris, it said I don't have a mixer, so it's going to treat the magneto as my output because it has a stereo send out on it. So pretty clever. And there isn't a mixer in there. So there you go.
Is there?
There's no mixer. No,
there isn't.
There isn't.
There was, yeah.
There's the FX aid. There's FX aid. There's Basilis Iteratus. There's a couple of drum modules. There's the 106 chorus. It's a pretty shitty actual patch, to be honest. The actual skiff here. This was probably just me mucking around. Pretty challenging, but let's go back to that answer again. I mean, the next thing you guys are going to say is, Ranz, go patch that. Just see what it sounds like.
Come on.
I'd have to go put it all
Ranz,
together.
go
and do
patch
that.
Yeah, come on, Ranzee.
So just to summarize it, it's basically saying I'm going to use the variegate to control the ribbon. Well, that's the sequencer. Yep. The voltage block will control the melody and timbre changes. Yes, because that's CV, pitch per voltage. Pamela's U workouts keeps everything in sync. Magneto acts as your final output. And then you're going to use the Behringer's phase shifter. Wow. So it's sending stuff from the magneto because it does have a send in there. That's interesting. Creating an FX loop. So they're going to have the FX loop will create a feedback loop between the magneto send and the Behringer 172 phase shifter, and then back out into the return of the magneto. That's interesting. It's saying that it's telling me how to set some various settings on the magneto in here. So, like for example, it's saying here you can set the magneto to ping pong mode and it will bounce left and right. And you've got this tape age setting. You can set the knob at 2 o'clock. So it's actually telling me where to actually set the knobs and everything. This is pretty cool. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Googled.
I know what you're going to do. You're going to take a big picture of your whole setup and say,
of that.
Make my music better. Just kidding.
It would be cool though when it got better and it would actually give you
mate.
visual links on that rack with numbered sequence of what to plug into what, and then and you could say generate me several patches of interest, and you'll give you a book. You know.
Yeah, you could ask it to write you a patch book. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, obviously that's a very bad skiff example just then, but I just grabbed it quickly because I thought, well, why not? Yeah, you could, Andy. You could give it a modular grid link if you wanted to. If you're publishing your modular grid skiffs publicly,
it's a public game.
You could. Now there is a few challenges with AI, with webs. So certain Java-based technology where it uses server-side calls. Sorry, I'm going to sound a little bit IT here. But understand, some websites, they generate the information on them through server-side calls based on the user accessing that website. And it's actually kind of done on purpose that way because it knows that crawlers and AI engines can't read them yet. They're getting better, but at the moment they can't. There's certain, like for example, the Google Gemini actually has a Chrome browser in it, and it has some Java technology that's enabled in it, but I think for security reasons they don't enable the full Web 2 or Web 3 or whatever you call it Java engine in it, JavaScript engine in it I should say, so that it can't do things like server-side calls. Like, so Modular Grid is one of those websites. So Modular Grid is a website that you can't scrape with scraping tools and things like the only way to look at it is actually as a user looking at it through a browser. So interesting. And the reason how I know that is because I wanted to write a WordPress plugin so that you could actually put information that links back to your Modular Grid account on your WordPress website, and it can't do it. You just can't do it because it can't. You can't manipulate a user experience because it does server-side calls as a browser. So there's technology that is there. So Chris, I could probably do it if I wrote a virtual machine that was acting like a slave and actually.
You have to emulate the browser.
Yeah,
basically.
But they don't. What I'm saying is the AI bots of Gemini and that they don't have that sort of facility yet.
No.
Yeah.
It's
and imagine if you just gave it a list of your modules, it would have done the same thing it gave you right now. It's just using the names of the products.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be a simpler way to
just
do it.
Just type in the names and
You can render JavaScript, but you can't render all the JavaScript through some of these AI platforms, and some of them are more better at it than others. So, like for example, I found ChatGPT pretty crap at some of the JavaScript stuff. So when you're doing research through AI, you've got to be careful about who you pick and choose where you want the research done. And a lot of the music websites are quite JavaScript heavy. Like I've noticed that if you go to Moog's website, the way that things are coming out at you like this when you're scrolling down, all of that's all server-side data that's being populated on the fly.
Oh, the rollover stuff.
Yeah, and as you know, as you're clicking on things, so there's this new thing where websites don't have pages anymore, right? They just have you land on that website, and as you click on things, it calls the server to provide you that information.
Yeah, it's so annoying because when you hit the back button, it takes you out of the site, even though you've clicked 100 times. Yeah, that's so annoying.
Yeah. And it doesn't
work. Do they still use the cascading style sheets, or is that an old technology?
It doesn't work, Chris, with accessibility that well either. So all the people with accessibility issues absolutely can't stand the single page website stuff.
Yeah,
so
it's not good.
But yeah, anyway, if you guys are into sort of AI and you want to have a play with it, like I just showed you guys a real basic think outside the square. You know, how do I get an AI to design me a patch? I was actually quite impressed with how detailed that was, and who knows if it works, right? Because we have to try it. But if you had VCV Rack, and say all those modules were available for you in VCV Rack, you could probably put that together pretty quickly.
You could actually tell it, could you please create me a VCV Rack patch, please?
Yeah.
This is the format, this is the file type.
Yeah.
And it'll probably go, yeah, I could work out how to do that.
Yeah.
And it might work.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's probably not how I would go about making patches in my eurorack, because that's really kind of not the point of it, in my opinion, personally.
It's the objects, isn't it?
Yeah. Unless you're learning
well,
from it.
Or if you're frustrated, or you think you're just kind of getting past a mental block or something. I can't quite work out how to use this module. Then that might be useful to say, well, why don't you do this? And it's like, oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
So you could use it in that sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
So I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's impressive, this stuff, and it's challenging to a degree, some of the way we think. But like I said,
have you ever had to try to write a sysx file? Like, I have a DX7, I want to get a patch that sounds like this. Can you write me a patch and give me a sysx file? Have you tried that?
No, but you'll be surprised, Andy, I think, how quickly it can work things out. Yeah. So, see, systems exclusive stuff is very commonly available information that it can find on the internet.
There's a lot of
So I don't think it'll have a problem with it, and because usually these engines that are built with AI are highly mathematical models, right? And so sysx is a mathematical model engine anyway, using the hexadecimal counting base. It's, to me, it wouldn't be hard. Try it. Have you got Gemini? Try it. Give it a go.
I mean, it's around. I just haven't really used it much.
Yeah. But the thing is, there's people that have tried to do things with research that I know of, and then they've asked a fairly decent, like a pro-level AI engine to do it, and they've actually found answers. So sometimes it makes people's jobs better, life easier, whatever. I'm for that, because I feel like maybe it looked somewhere where you overlooked, and it's another set of eyes. So I'm okay with that sort of stuff. I'm just not okay with it replacing creativity that's human.
Well, and don't let it be your source of truth, to be honest. I just wouldn't trust it 100%.
Well, like we said before, always double check everything it says.
Yeah, but people are so lazy now. That's why AI is proliferating. It's just crazy.
And if we're going to be a little cynical about it, knowing how these things work and what you can do opens up one's mind to what's possible and how that could be exploited.
Yeah.
Say, for example, against you, giving you a better understanding of how to defend yourself.
Yep.
So that's a very cynical point of view, but if you're looking for one. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we can end the Q&A, I think, now, because I think we've got enough of that. But thank you guys for participating in that. It was kind of an interesting little sort of thing. I don't really know what it does with that now. I've done that in YouTube, on the YouTube chat, whether it summarizes it and puts it somewhere, or whether it just disappears. Don't know. Anyway, it was a new feature.
Yes, it would be useful if it did something like timestamp your video with the question. Simple thing, but it would be useful.
Yeah, wouldn't it? It'd be useful if it did a lot of other things too.
Like a quick example, we went to China, right? My girlfriend was looking up stuff to do in China, even though she's from there. And she asked ChatGPT with the speech option, give me an itinerary for interesting places in China. And a lot of the cool stuff that we could either go to or almost went to, it didn't necessarily mention, but it's in my Lonely Planet guide, it's in my Rough guide, it's in all these other sources. And it just grazes a bunch of, it gives you like the top.
It's like a meta search, isn't it? It's a meta
It's
search.
not deep at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I hate it. So I prefer books and proper research. So.
But you know what? In some degree, that could be useful if you want it to collate information across a few different sources to a point where it's picking all those bits out from different sources, putting it together in a nice little sort of organized thing for you, and then you can once you've got that, you can then decide how you.
But sadly, you have to feed it, like Walgu was saying about correcting stuff in the chat. Is like you have to give it more stuff than it's going to find naturally.
Yeah.
On a general internet search. So you still end up having to do a bunch of stuff for it, which shows how it's still in its infancy, right? So.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's you guys will be Google how much AI has been used in the world. It's really big. It's scary big.
Scary and sad. Yeah.
Just about everyone who goes to some sort of senior school or university has used it for some reason or another. Some use it more than others. There's children that are using it at school. They're actually being encouraged to use it. So if you're anti-AI, you're probably not feeling good at the moment, because it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now these systems that they've built, right? So the ChatGPT one, the Google Gemini one, and there's the Chinese one. There's all sorts, right? They have a massive conundrum at the moment, because these servers that are processing these information and the machine learning that's going on is growing and growing and growing. It's kind of almost like you're feeding this big beast and it's getting fatter. So some of these systems, they get to a point where the AI algorithm itself has to be closed down, because it's not capable of developing itself anymore. So they'll bring out a new version 2, or whatever they want to call it. They usually give it a different name. And then, if you ever look at the image and video generation ones, they're really good ones to sort of see how that's evolved over the years. So,
so there's a point at which they start getting worse, not better, and that's when they cut them off.
Yeah. And the OpenAI is a good platform to check out. So I don't mind the image generation stuff, because I kind of feel like it's kind of comical, especially how we've laughed about it before, how it produces piano keys without the proper separation.
I heard the fingers and piano keys are getting better though. That there's been
It
some
is getting better,
iterations, right?
but someone at one point has probably had to force that machine learning to actually correct itself. With some sort of if condition loop or something. I don't know what it is, but it's probably something like that.
Man.
The other one that's interesting is, if you ever watch those videos where they look so real, they look so friggin' real, but then you'll see an arm pop out the back of someone's buttocks, and you think, what? There was an arm there, and then it was AI.
There's a little tell.
Yeah,
a little tell.
I have seen some pretty impressive video stuff in the last few weeks that it's getting really scary good.
Yeah. But yeah,
there's a famous elevator scene in the movie Dawn of the Dead where all the zombies come rushing in to get one of the characters, and someone made it where they all come in, they grab sandwiches and start eating sandwiches, and it looked like they really shot it. It's scary good.
It is, and it would have taken the AI system so many hours to generate that. It would have been
obviously impossible to.
They
do
would have done it in 8 seconds segments too. It would have been another 8 seconds, another 8 seconds. It would have just been insanely procrastinating to do it.
But look at all the cool stuff they were doing like 10 years ago with Melodyne and Isotope and stuff without all these fancy new tools. So that there's some great programmers out there that don't need all this shit. So I guess there are two schools out there. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we're probably going through a process of devaluation. Hopefully it'll flip the other way at some point and people go, maybe humans are better
or
at some
there'll be
stuff.
lawsuits involved. Because you made some, like there's been those famous nudes of people that never did nudes or sex scenes.
Yeah.
And they had lawsuits over.
There's
it's very
scary stuff here about that. Yeah.
We as humans though, we are cyclic with our implementation and learning and then historical reflection. It's kind of that's very cyclic how we are. Sometimes it's long periods before we actually come back and go, you know what, we probably should have not done that. It could be a couple of 100 years in some cases, but I don't know.
Matrix.
The woke thing's a good example, because I feel like we're starting to come out of that a wiser human race, like
more nuanced.
Yeah, let's not give that so much fuel, guys. I feel like they're coming out of that. But the AI stuff, there's going to be. You got to be so careful with it, because in one respect, people use the term AI and it's not AI.
It's LLMs.
There's nothing intelligent about it.
It's not even machine.
It's not
learning.
autonomous at all.
Yeah,
which is what AI is actually.
And anyone who's done computer science, like Andy, me, and a few other, Ian's done it as well. We get shitty with it because we've been through the discipline of learning what certain things are, and marketing always fuck things up with words. That's just how they are. But like for example, people in the music industry, you guys will see it across all the products being released now, where they're actually using the term AI on your synth, or AI on your VST, or AI, your chord generator. It's not fucking AI. It's not. There's
half
no
the
AI
billboards
in it
driving
at all.
down the highway are AI something billboards. So
It's just software.
it's awful.
It's marketing, isn't it?
It's just marketing, because that word is getting people. Oh, it's got AI. I'm gonna have my money.
That's right.
It's not though.
Exactly. It's the AI. Oh, you mean asking for money?
They're even getting territorial, because there's a company that has this big thing. It's just a simple slogan: AI is better on US, and it's a combination of US, United States, and us, the company that's on the billboard.
Yeah, right.
So
There'll be a point where the term AI will be a bit like, have poo on it. You won't be able to use it. And so all these people have used AI in the past.
It'll get burnt, yeah.
It's bad.
Anything that floats to the top turns into the next target for
it comes down and crashes really hard. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, imagine all the court cases now. Someone said they said something, or they photographed something, or whatever. I mean, who's going to trust anything anymore? It's already bad enough with Photoshop and stuff back when that came out, but it's going to be a total nightmare for court cases and all that. Actual evidence.
Yeah, well, lawyers. That was actually, I was reading this article, and it's actually peer reviewed everything. Lawyers are really worried about AI because their profession is, because it's so because it's litigation, right? Everything can be researched quite easily with a computer, and whether it does it effectively or not is the question at the moment. But you know, legal professions really worried about this sort of stuff. Financial professions are worried as well. So there's some interesting things in AI that's causing problems. But I always say this with anyone, because, you know, people come up to me because I know they've got a computer background. They'll ask me questions. Oh, what do you think about AI? And I'm like, oh my God, give me another $1. But basically, the question
when we
is,
have AI, I'll
Pay
tell
me
you.
enough
you
to
know.
give you an opinion.
the question is this: it's like, well, you guys are the human beings that are allowing this to happen. So, you know, if you're a lawyer and you're worried about it, then write a letter to your law society or the people that, you know, are allowing this technology to come in and replace, and then, you know, be methodical about it. Actually peer review, do some research, show where it's hurting, what it's not doing correctly, show where it could be dangerous in real human use, and then you might actually have a case of kicking it out the door. And some people
this
are
is
like,
a dangerous time for peer review. People are science denial, anti-vax, all this nonsense, right? So of course they're going to believe AI as well.
yeah,
So, you know, it's just
Yeah.
yeah. 3 different social
Terrible.
media platforms said something, it must be true.
oh.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is people that they're having a good laugh with all this
misinformation.
stuff until it works against them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So they get
That's what
they
I'm
get AI made of them. It's embarrassing.
absolutely.
It used to be newspapers, isn't it? If it was in print, it's true, and then we learned that that's not the case. You know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Probes, if the dog ate your homework, get AI to do it, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get all the
Get
bits
your
of
AI
peeps, yeah.
to eat your homework. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give the dog a bone.
Imagine telling the teacher that.
I'm sorry, my AI ate my homework.
Yeah, imagine that. What?
My Sony Aibo ate
thank
my
you.
homework.
Thank you, John.
Little
Thank
dog
you for
robot.
being honest.
Yeah. My homework got run over by a Tesla, the automated one.
Well, that does happen a lot, actually. Sadly, people have been killed.
Downloaded a virus.
Yeah. No, it's good fun. It's good fun, guys. But, you know, and it's good that you guys have been keeping an eye on it. I think, you know, there's corners in the music industry where it needs to stay completely away. They'll never ever replace human creativity. I don't care what anyone
Absolutely
says.
No.
It depends on your creativity, doesn't it?
And again,
definitely-
back to Spotify. Don't support Spotify because they're stealing from artists big time.
They'll
Not
definitely
Spot-
replace my creativity,
Boycott
Daren.
Spotify.
because Daren, a toddler, could replace my creativity.
Plus, the guy who runs Spotify.
I was gonna use that.
But some people pay.
At least you're off because a toddler can do it. Even a toddler can't do anything with mine.
But artists around the world would, you know, kill to be able to get into touch with their inner toddler. You've already done it.
You know,
Well, actually, that's true. Yeah, because sometimes I'm like that.
my parents used to always tell me to grow up. They were always telling me to grow
Square
up when I was a
peg,
kid.
round hole. Square peg, round
I
hole.
need a rattle MIDI controller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then I'd be throwing all them out the pram.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, that's it for the show this week. I think we've wrapped it up beautifully. That was a great little sort of segment today with Ask Us Anything. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone. I hope you guys are rushing out and buying the protein. I would. I think it's a great synth. Yeah.
Yeah. When it comes down here, are we?
We've done the synth quiz. We've done everything, haven't we, guys? We're not missing anything.
Yeah.
Yep. Andy, I didn't get to those stuff you sent me, mate. I will see if I'll see if I can get to them next week.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, they'll still be there as a reference, even if they're sold or whatever. So
Yeah.
there's some fun ones in there.
Generally speaking, I kind of feel like I probably missed it. I said it at the start of the price watch segment. I feel that the eBay tends to have a bit more of the edgy stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Edgy with price, edgy with scams, edgy
Sure.
that sort of thing.
Oh, there was one really crazy one I gave you. I was like,
Yeah,
holy shit.
I think I saw it. I think we won't say what it was.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna. I don't think we need to talk about the Diosynth, Sean, because my show didn't have last week, and I think it was covered really well that week. if you guys really want us to cover it, we can cover it next week if it's something that you want to hear our opinion about. But yeah,
I mean, that came out of left field, didn't it? A wind controller.
I mean,
We
good on
weren't
them. I
expecting
need
that
to
from-
look into it more because now the
Yeah,
Silphio
yeah,
is
exactly.
defunct. I still have mine, but they don't make it anymore. So
yeah.
it's nice to have other options out there.
Well, no, it's fine. You kind of knew you had a bit of tongue in cheek when you said it, but you know, Bicky was kind of being a bit more serious.
We don't want to
Bicky likes to get
squish
serious.
people's interests. You know.
If you guys want me to cover it, we'll cover it. But yeah, next time. And it's kind of a bit late to the party, if that makes sense. So it's kind of, but it's good though because we now have a little bit more information about it. You know, it's been out there. We could use AI to do some research during the week on it. Nah, I'm just kidding. Right, we shall end the show. Enjoy the rest of your week. Don't forget to press record. That's really important. Even if you're not recording anything, just press it anyway. See what happens.
Exactly.
Come back
That's
a
what
couple
I do.
hours later.
Just make sure your password isn't admin99.
That's it.
Or get AI
If you're
to
recording.
record.
If you're recording.
Password 1, 2, 3. Right, let's go.
Yeah.
Till next
Bye,
Saturday.
everybody.
Bye all.
See
See you guys. See you next time.